So I want to now switch to window capture, right? I just click it.
Oh no, switch to
Yeah. Look at that. Gentlemen. Let's go.
Is that what people are seeing?
Uh-huh.
You're like closer so we can read it?
Yeah. Oh,
How does that? No, I just fucking.
And then Diego, where do I go for the
Oh, you want to do this one?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to
make a new one? Yeah, I went to wide cam.
Oh, now it's in front of the camera.
So then that is it? Yeah, I think the camera can go a lot higher.
That's good. You could also just do on your phone.
Oh, no, this is good. Well, like we're looking at it
You
though.
can make this larger. We don't need to look at ourselves. You can make the chat larger.
Cool. Make it work bigger.
F in the chat. Oh, there you go. I kind of like looking.
Just the only thing people
We could just talk to the people. That's always the best move. Hi, Alice.
Right there.
That looks good. That's the spot.
Can you read from there?
Mm-hmm. I feel like I could read. Do I want me to move?
Yeah. Hey, Aaron's on. Or Nick is on. Nick Aaron.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, Nick, you cock face.
We're probably just gonna chill for a little bit. So more people get in here.
Where does it show the viewer amount? Where does it show the viewer?
Maybe the whole thing up.
I want to know when we get 100 people.
Oh, it won't. Is that max? Yeah. Just pull that back slightly. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Woo!
Nick, what should we talk about? Or how's the audio, Nick? Is the audio good?
Yeah, how's the audio,
Give
Nick?
us some feedback before people get in here. How many people are in there?
We need a counter.
What's up, Jared? Or you want to come out and buy some Apex wheels, huh?
They have all the apexes. Gold. Gold. I can't read that. But he said things.
It's alright. Not too great or too bad.
Bad? Nick said the audio's bad.
What's bad about it? Bring the mic closer or down more.
Oh.
And then.
I feel like more podcasting. It's covering my face.
Yeah.
Chris is a little hard to hear.
Yeah. So I guess just move it back and forth to when you're talking. I guess when you're talking to it.
How's that?
Testicles, 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Did that light just go out? That's pretty funny. I can read that. Nice. That TV is good.
Oh yeah, we just read the TV.
Yeah.
Wait, can we switch that, Hamish? To have us on the TV and then show clips on this thing?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay.
All right, so we're getting started. Technical difficulties. We're figuring our lives out. Gotta move that mic down or something. Oh, okay. Nope. Nope, the text is flying. Oh, it's everywhere. Whoa, it's over there now. Oh.
Bear with us, guys.
Yeah, bear with us. We're drinking and figuring out things. First day.
Oh, no, I think he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted. No, keep it the same. You just have to switch it in. And,
If you had it in the perfect spot.
yeah, put the YouTube back on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we just play clips on here. Okay. Because like we can all read that easily.
Yeah. When we go to play clip.
All right, Nick, you think it needs work? Okay. Is maybe the headphone thing not plugged all the way in?
Yeah, but Nick likes perfection, so maybe it's already good.
Perfection is okay.
That's true.
We should strive for it. Kyle, what are you driving? Maybe you shouldn't be writing comments on live stream though while you're driving. No judging.
I don't know. I would drive and comment on live stream. I think you're doing a good job. Keep doing it. Go Kyle. That's the guy with the E12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Kyle. Kyle's cool.
Now it's perfect.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's perfect. There you go. So we just don't use that one at all?
It's still active. It's still active, but it's not the
Oh.
main one.
We got backdrop. We got two mics.
This is our main one right here.
Wow.
We're mic'd up. Ooh,
We're mic'd up.
it focused on it. Let me
There you go.
do that. Audio's still good? Dude, he's dailying the turbo.
Oh, nice. Turbo E12 Daily. That guy's my hero. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm like on the live stream on my phone. Let me
Audio is great now.
get out of that.
Well, welcome everyone. We're just here hanging out.
It's another day. What are
Have
we-
you guys ever finished a car project without blowing budget and time frame, or should I ask you guys actually finish anything? I don't finish anything. Is it ever done? Has anyone ever finished a car and it's just done? It always needs something, right?
Facts.
Yeah,
You never actually finish
Yeah,
a
like-
project.
I've bought cars that are like done, but they're not done. It just never ends. You drive it, you break it.
So I would say for all of the roadkill stuff, those are the only like ones that we've actually set a budget for, and I would say pretty much every year we've finished the car, and usually it's been within budget and in the time frame. That doesn't mean they don't break soon after.
My favorite is Chris is like, there's an event coming. I'm gonna slam this car together in 3 days, and he's like, this is how I finish my project cars.
It is.
Just slam it together and then hope it works for this event.
Like, I'll be totally honest with you guys. Up here, the lighting was horrible, and this place was dirty, and it was just like, oh, hey, we're doing a live stream. We should make it look better.
Make it look better.
And then, yeah, so now it's clean, and we fixed the lights, and now it's, like, bright in here.
Yeah, we got the centerpiece, the fireball.
Yep.
We're real designers up in here.
Oh, Aaron's in here?
Aaron Linesberry?
I think so.
Yo, what's
Project Car
up?
Life.
I just saw that guy. The pup's name is Alice. That's my dog. She's good. She goes to the shop every day. She runs away. But right now she's securing the perimeter, so we're good. We're safe. We got security on deck.
Got security.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Diego's pretty face?
Yeah, where's Diego's pretty face, man?
Do I need to switch these?
Oh, there's a chair right here. No one's taking the chair. Hamish is
Yeah, what
behind the scenes. I don't
Hamish
know.
is the-
Oh, is Hamish running the show?
He's the producer today.
Oh,
But I
okay.
told Hamish I could set him up a screen so when he talks, he can just toggle it to himself. Or set him up a camera.
Ah.
dog. She's very vicious.
Is that Jeremy person one of your people?
Which one? Where's he at?
Jeremy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kuzi? Oh, yeah, that's my buddy. So that's like one of my best friends. Actually, we opened our first shop together in Virginia back in like 2017. Like, and then
Oh,
so
yeah,
he's in
Jeremy.
Alabama right now.
That's
Yeah.
Bay.
He's got an E34 wagon that we did a ZF manual swap to. We did a bunch of stupid shit at our shop. It was crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like BMW people.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Fish. I think there's enough people. We can talk about E30 stuff. So no, I haven't pulled it apart yet, but I don't really care what's wrong with it. So the plan is now. There's gonna be a video that comes out after this where I still aren't this convinced and it's gonna have other stuff, but this is the actual thing. That engine's coming out, going on a stand, getting torn completely down, and I'm gonna build that engine. I'm gonna see what companies I can get to sponsor what, and just try to bring it back. But in the meantime, because I don't want to wait that long for the car, I acquired a 2.7 ETA bottom end and another 885 head. I'm just going to slap those two together, use the accessories that I have, another stock head gasket for now on that one, and just get her up and running again. So,
Wait a minute, you're gonna do another stock head gasket? Didn't you blow it up last time?
But that was a bad head gasket, probably.
Well, no.
No, that was
I
like
put it in. It was
that
in
was a
the regular, wasn't it?
resurfaced head,
Yeah.
and it was
I mean,
the bottom end was clean.
So the reason it blew was I let it go all the way into the red, and then I shifted into fourth, and then I just hung out
nice
at limiter, bouncing off of limiter in a burnout pit.
Oh, okay.
So as long
You did it for the show.
yeah, I mean, I was
yeah.
like that. That wasn't like under normal driving or drag racing or drifting conditions. That was just pure abuse of it.
Yeah.
And also, when we started pulling it apart here, the alternator fan belt wasn't on anymore. It was like just sitting around it. So I might have also been doing that
With no water pump?
Without a water pump.
Nice. That's how you do burnouts.
So pretty much everything that could be wrong went wrong, and it took that much to blow the head gasket in that car.
That's not bad, actually.
So I think it'll do just
It
fine.
lasted one event. Joe M, what up, boys from the East Coast? Hey, what up from the middle of the country? And then, what do you guys think about Volvos? I like Volvos. Some of them are rear-wheel
240s
drive.
are nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
I-
people do M50 swaps in those things?
Yeah.
all
See,
the
that'd be
time?
cool.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to LS a 240 wagon. It's very basic, I know, but it's just always been cool to me. I had a 740 turbo that I found on the side of the road for like $300.
Really?
And then I was like, I'm gonna flip it, and then I pressure washed the engine bay, and it didn't start. And I threw it up on Craigslist. Some Volvo psycho with his wife showed up and fixed it in my driveway after swapping parts for 3 hours.
What?
Yeah.
And then paid you to drive it? And then paid
And
you?
then-
Or paid
yeah,
you first?
No, he paid me first. He's like, I'm gonna fix it in your driveway. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to fix it. And he
awesome.
did. He brought up he just started swapping parts. So
Yeah.
that's my Volvo experience. But I'm into Volvos. I think they're cool.
Yeah, both.
I don't like front wheel drive though, so
I've
it's
never-
gotta be a rear wheel drive Volvo.
All right. So, how many? You got a counter up? Like how many people we got in here?
It's I see it behind his head.
We
21.
could
Okay,
probably close that window.
Well,
That's enough people. Oh yeah. Do you want to kill that one?
You gotta look behind his head.
So I was thinking, let's do like some stories to get this started. So I'll
I'm gonna
start
get more
out.
beer. Oh, dude, is there any more of those?
No, that was just the one that was sitting on the
Oh.
table. It's warm also because it was
I'll
sitting
drink
here.
it. I
I
don't
put
care.
it in there.
I'll
to try
drink the
and get it
warm
cold.
Topo Chico.
All right, so I was
These are
thinking,
better than White Claws. Sorry to interrupt.
Boo Fighter. Have you ever heard David Letterman's story about Paul Newman's Volvo wagon? I haven't.
I feel like I've heard that, but I haven't at the same time.
How do you say that guy's name? Balos?
Hernandez?
Yeah.
We'll call him by the last
Balos.
name.
B. Hernandez. That's cool. You got LQ4 E30. So that's like, it's like the Iron
Yeah.
Block 6.2, but it's a 6.0. But it's like a LS3, but it's a 6.0. That's
Yo,
that's super.
Ben
cool.
called us extremely attractive. Shout out to Ben.
What's up, Ben?
Thank you. I'm sure you're also extremely attractive. So.
He was your roommate.
Oh yeah, you are extremely attractive. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I was thinking some stories. I was thinking, like first car experience stories, like things that you did and
That's yeah.
So okay,
That'd
so
be
I'll
good.
go first. I will do the first time I ever drove a manual car. Didn't know how to drive a manual car. So I was 15 years old. I had my driving permit. This was, what would it be? This was 2000. Yeah, it had to be early 2000. And my dad had some nice cars, and one of them was a 1991 Acura NSX.
Casual, just
That he
one
bought,
was an NSX.
that he bought new and liked a lot. And yeah, my mom and him went out to dinner, and they left me home, and I was like, I'm gonna try and figure out if I can figure out how to drive this thing. So I pulled it out of the garage. Took me a while to figure out how to start it. Didn't know you had to put the clutch in. Didn't stall it that much. If you guys have ever driven an NSX, they drive exactly like a Honda Accord. They're very
Do
easy.
they really?
They're super easy to drive. The
Damn.
clutch is like engages right at the bottom, but you can like slip it the whole
Yeah.
time. It's not grabby or anything.
That's
I guess
cool.
that works. It makes no torque in it.
Yeah.
And they're light, so it doesn't
Yeah.
need an aggressive clutch. So it was really easy to drive. Those things also rev, I think, pretty past 8. So
Hell yeah.
I figured it out. I got it out of the garage. I got it going around the neighborhood. The neighborhood was like a circle, so I just kept doing laps in it. And I couldn't figure out why you needed more gears. You could go like 65 in second. I was just like, what do you need more gears for? Like, so I was just driving around, thought I was so cool. I was a lot more of like a braggy kind of like kid back then. I thought it was like, like my dad has money, so I have money. I realize now as like an adult, like, no, like if your parents have money, they can be rich, but you're not rich if you're a kid. So, but anyway, I was just like, people are gonna totally think this is my car. I'm so cool. So I was like driving around, like slowing down where people were like walking their dog and like looking out the window, being like, yeah, what's up? So it was a lot of fun. I will say, those cars are very tail happy. If you guys ever played Gran Turismo 2, growing up and tried to like drive an NSX in that game, and it's like all over the place all the time, that's really how they are in real life.
Are they? I feel like they'd be really balanced.
Even with the traction control on, they are like oversteer machines.
I thought they'd be like pretty balanced.
So
because all you hear about is how amazing they drive.
They drive amazing.
Yeah.
But like you can step over the edge if you want to.
Probably like the same
That's
thing
really
with like
cool.
the Porsches, why they call them like Widowmakers, because there was a rear engine and
Yeah.
Yeah, Alice does want pizza. That's all you see is Alice just staring at Diego.
Zach forgot to feed her before he came over. So.
Oh, don't say that. No, I totally fed her.
So she's
Everything's
gotten
good.
But yeah, that was my story. I put it back in the garage. Nothing bad happened. Never got caught. So
I had an E30. It was an 87 IS in Xeno Red. And I used to go up to Rampart, which is a local dirt area, and I would rally it. I would go sideways with it. And I used to do that all the time. I thought I was a rally driver in the snow. I would always just throw it sideways. And one time I threw it too far, of course, oversteered off like an embankment, and ended up having to walk home, and my parents helped me push it out. And they were just laughing at me the whole time. In just the middle of a snowstorm in my E30.
did you mess it up or all? Or just like parked it in the snow?
My parents pushed on my IS spoiler, which was double stick adhesive, and ripped it off.
Oh, but you could just put it
Yeah,
back
I
on.
put it back on. But I didn't damage it. But I almost lost my car that day. So that was fun.
Well, you, Diego, you got a car story from when you were young and dumb?
So I have a car related story of how I tried to make a good decision and it ended up getting my fucking car. So I think this was right after I like graduated high school. I threw like a banger at my house, and I think at like one point during the night, like me and this chick ran out of cigarettes, and I lived like a quarter mile down the street from like a shopping center with like a gas station and everything. And my E30 M50 turbo, over 400 horsepower. But just me and my
nice.
mom lived in the fucking house, and I was like, damn, every cop in the city knows this car. My boy Germ knows this car. I was like, I'm not going to drive it. I'm just going to walk to the gas station. So me and this girl start hiking it to the gas station. She saw a cop drive by. She thought he was cute or whatever. I don't know. She like did a cute wave at him, right? 10, 15 minutes go by. We get our cigarettes, and we're crossing the crosswalk. And we get pinned by 2 troopers. and they were just like, oh crap. So I'm trying to explain to them that yes, we've been drinking, but I made the decision not to drive the race car that's sitting in the driveway. And he was like, okay, well, I'll give you an ultimatum. Where are your parents? Let's get them out here. So he calls my mom, right? And I'm like, I think I was like 18 or 19. And she's like, I could hear her screaming at the cop because he's like, you got to come get your son. She's like, I can't get my fucking car to the driveway because my E30's in there. And she doesn't know how to drive it. It's caged, buckets, everything turbo. So she's like, so the cop's like, you have 5 minutes to get home. What? So I start booking it. And I like dust behind me, and this girl's just like trying to like keep up. And I was like, I'm sorry, like I'm going. So long story short, like I tried to save my car from getting impounded and not drinking and driving, and ended up getting a underage possession by consumption charge.
God damn.
Yeah.
You just can't win. I've snuck out of my house once on my 16th birthday, and friends were like, we stole a handle of whiskey, and we were just walking around drinking a handle of whiskey, and we were all destroyed. I got stuck trying to climb over a little fence. I was just sitting on the top, like, fuck, I'm so fucked up. And hey, and we stole a scooter off someone's front porch, and we were just sitting in the corner, and next thing you know, the cops are there. And my parents are. I tried to run. I hid under a bush. It didn't work. I was too drunk. And next thing I know, I'm in the back of the cop car throwing up outside. My parents are like, "You're a fucking idiot."
I forgot that on that same night too, I ran past a bar, and they had one of those like big like kind of tall industrial like cigarette outposts. I remember I picked that up and ran down the street with it, and it's still it's sitting in my mom's backyard now. Well,
call the cops on this man.
Damn.
What's up? Joel's
We're
here.
doing like drunk walking stories. I went to college at the University of Wyoming.
That's what I picked here.
And if you guys know anything
You
about
can barely
Wyoming,
hear him though.
he's hard to hear because he's so far away.
Oh, I'll get closer.
Laramie is a drinking town. There's some alcohol that gets consumed there. And football game days there's a lot of alcohol gets consumed on a football day compared to a regular day. So we would always walk to the bar
You were out.
and the liquor store
Turned around while I was in here.
during
You're a good man.
during halftime.
Hey, shout to Joel.
And Joel's here now, by the way.
Joel's here.
There's pizza too, Joel.
So, yeah,
Oh,
there's
it's fine. I just
You want to
sat
get on this? There's space.
there. Oh, you guys got PBR. Nice.
Yeah.
A few more.
Oh, he was out of his seltzers. What I think he was saying.
And anyway, so it's the normal game. We go to the bar at halftime, drink a little bit, and then go grab some beer or liquor to take back to the game with us. We ended up grabbing like a 6-pack, I think, of like Fat Tire back then. I was a pretty big New Belgium fan. And we're walking back, and we're like, we're not going to walk on the main street. We'll walk down alleys with our beer so that we're not just walking down the main street. And then we find a parking lot that's across the street from the stadium, and just we're like, we'll just chill here. So there's just a random old pickup truck, and drinking. So we do dumb shit. So we just open the tailgate, and we're just sitting on this dude's tailgate, just drinking beer, and we're just hanging out and talking, being friends. And a cop just drives up the alley real quick, and comes in. And we just oh shit. So we just throw our beer and just run down the street. We run to the street and down, and I go one house, turn right on the other side of the house, jump the fence, and go right back to the alley, and then walk down the alley, pick up the beer that I threw, and keep drinking and walk away. Well, the cop was chasing my friend Andy, who was Andy's an awesome dude. He's really smart. He's super successful in life. He's works in aerospace development. He designs missiles, I'm pretty sure, but he can't really talk about what he does. So he's a smart dude and is very successful now. But back then, he would always get drunk and do the dumbest shit, and he would always get caught. But he ends up running and runs straight, and the cop chases him, but he gets away, and then he ends up hiding in somebody's backyard, and then other cops are looking for him because this is Laramie, Wyoming. Nothing really happens. So the whole police department is looking for this guy that was drinking, sitting on the back of a pickup truck, and so he's doing it, and he hears him walking around, but he's just chilling and he's good in this backyard, and then the dog starts barking at him. So then the cop sees him, so he gets up again and starts running, and gets away again, and then something else happens. He's like in the middle of this field, and he's finally just like gives up and like just like gets down, like puts his hands behind his head, and like 2 cops come and tackle him from 2 sides. And Andy gets arrested and gets an MIP, and then they gave him like a police interference ticket for running. So, and then I was all drunk, and I was like, I'm gonna bail Andy out. And then I got there, and they wouldn't let me bail him out because I was too intoxicated to bail him out. So we had to spend the night in jail. But that was a dumb drinking story that didn't involve anybody getting hurt. And
That never happens. There's always some stupid.
but
shit
if you're
that
ever gonna
happens.
run from the cops on foot, just remember, just like go back the way you came. Like literally, I was like sitting here, and I was just like
Pro
bloop,
tip.
bloop, bloop, and then I walked back that way and walked right by the police car.
Pro
Well, they're
tip
just like-
from a professional.
Yeah.
Listen to that tip. I'm actually gonna learn that.
All right, we'll look at the comments real quick.
Where's Will? He's in SEMA.
Will's at SEMA.
He's cool. He's having a good time.
He's in Sima.
He's in SEMA.
Where's Aaron? Aaron was in the chat. I don't know if he's still in the chat.
And I just saw Aaron. We were fixing cars, and then he went home. He's going to Texas this weekend, so.
What's he Texasing? Going to visit his sister?
Yep. He's doing that. He actually,
Is he bringing back the free Sebring?
He better, Aaron. You better, if you're watching this, Aaron, you better bring back the Sebring.
Pretty sure his sister has like a convertible Sebring that
could-
she's been trying to give him for a long time.
I could see Aaron in a Sebring with the top down.
Hey,
He'd be
Mitch,
stoked.
you should come over here and tell some stories.
Should I be over there?
Yeah,
Everything right
you're
there,
part
right
of things.
It's pretty interesting to see myself on that screen, but not that screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's gone a little behind.
I get it. Yeah, there I am.
Howdy, team. Welcome to Denver Beer and Oil.
What do you got for stories? Give us a high school story, either cars or drinking or fun.
I didn't start drinking until I graduated.
Okay. So let's do a car
He
story.
was an adult.
I don't have any car stories.
Damn.
Okay, give us any story you want to say.
So when I did graduate, I went to
Give
like
us a bad Tinder date.
high school graduation party.
I feel like you have some.
There are no bad Tinder
What?
dates. It's all an
You're
experience.
Tinder man.
No, we went to a high school party and there was this guy there, and
Do you want to?
his name is John Wallace. That's just
Oh.
out there for
Oh,
everyone.
No,
yeah,
yo,
you guys remember that?
fuck John Wallace.
Wallace.
Fuck- I don't even know him,
Okay,
but
so
fuck
yeah.
John Wallace.
That's literally the sticker in Hamish's car.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's what said that.
So I went to this party and there was no booze there, so it was really shitty. But I found out, I was just starting again. I went with a bunch of people. We all went to a party and there was no booze. There was a pool, so I like fucked around in the pool a little bit. We had pregame, so I had a little buzz. But I just went around to like different people and I was like, "Is everything here consensual?" Like just super fucked up. I guess it was more than a buzz. And so like everybody like laughed it off and was like pretty just whatever about it. And then I found John Wallace, who was the guy throwing the party, and he was with his girlfriend, and that's important later. And he was like, "Bro, who the fuck do you know here? Like, do you fucking know me? I don't know you, bro." And like got up in my face and tried to fight me. And I was like, "I was just asking if things are consensual." And going off my experience, this is not the
This is not-
response that you
not
want to
the
get.
response.
With his girlfriend. So we got kicked out, and I was super hammered. But I later found out that he wasn't giving guys alcohol, but he was giving girls alcohol
Wow.
and taking them into his house, which was sealed off from the party, to give them alcohol. And he had a girlfriend. So
That's
fuck
fucking
John Wallace.
weird. Yo, that's fucking weird.
And then
that
I
dude's
made
a weird.
Yeah.
Tag him in the chat.
yeah
Yeah.
at John
Yo,
Wallace.
everyone, fuck John Wallace. We don't know who he is.
So I
but
ended
fuck
up
him.
making these stickers, and they're like a full-on Supreme knockoff. And instead of like Supreme, they just say "fuck John Wallace." And I sold
Yo.
those on Etsy, and they went to like people around the country.
That's the best. That's the best way to get back at somebody.
Yeah,
to make a
it's-
sticker saying "fuck you,"
Yeah, and, like-
then people buy them.
and people locally didn't like him
Man.
either, so they like bought a bunch.
That's some
and I just spread them
21st century
everywhere.
bully.
That's how you slander
yeah,
someone.
that's- yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, essentially, fuck John Wallace. That's my story.
I like it.
Thank you.
All my homies hate John Wallace.
You get it.
He gets it.
What if this is just a meme that's just spread?
Good one.
No
Yeah,
idea.
fuck John
Everyone
Wallace.
just-
He knows.
All right, someone says shotgun a beer.
Yeah, who's doing
I
that?
do not have the capability.
I will try and shotgun a beer for money, but
That's what I said. Like, you have to donate
Whoa.
to get a
There
shot.
you
Yeah,
go.
donate to Shotgun
Yeah.
a Beer.
Like,
Does anybody have any room
if you have
temperature
commands,
beers?
you must pay.
I'm gonna donate right now.
So what we got up there though? Greetings from La Junta. What's up, dude? I totally I'm spacing your name right now. It's the dude with the M3 and the M2 and stuff.
FJW.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's him.
I'm in a group chat with him on
Yeah.
Instagram.
And Leroy, where's Roger? Zach said apparently Roger might
Yeah,
wanna,
Roger texted me. He said, I heard there's a DVO stream. I'll show up.
So he might be crashing.
So we might hear some politics.
Ryan, long roof. Everyone
talk
gets
about-
one.
well, actually, I think
Well, yeah.
We agree on politics.
Everybody
Yeah,
here
you
has
probably
one
do.
except Diego, actually.
Use your brain.
I technically do. Me and Jeremy Kuzniski, we had a gold and a green one. I think we still only have.
Who's
the green
backing up
one.
a forklift?
That's been doing that
Yeah.
all day.
Some
We
fashion.
got one. We share.
E34?
Yeah, we share it. It's the one
Some
manual
fashion
swap. It was
Yep.
mine. And back when he needed a car, I gifted it to him when he had gotten his license back from after 2 or 3 years of not having a license. So when he got that back, I gave him that wagon, and we just had it. It's sitting somewhere though.
Somebody said, "Let's talk tools." Oh, we know how that goes.
Let's wait
He's
on
a
that.
Cobalt man.
Let's wait on that. Let's catch some more comments and we'll get there. Chris, it's cool you're late. No worries. Yeah, FJW.
Fuck John Wallace.
Fuck John Wallace.
Fuck John Wallace.
So for beers, we got Hams here, which we bought the first time because that's like Hamish's name, and then it's what Joel buys.
Shout
now,
out
and it's
Joel,
fucking
who's
good.
over here.
It's a stand-up beer.
And then we got some PBR, and then I think there's some voodoo.
There was a
heavy
Topo
hitter.
Chico in the shop that was warm. I just drank that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Andrew on those. He's the Topo Chico buyer.
Yep. Yep.
Hide them keys this time. Actually, Ryan,
The
So
keys.
I don't know who else is getting wasted. I plan on maybe getting a little bit tuned up. I ain't driving anything tonight. No matter what you guys try to get me to do, I ain't driving anything.
Yo, get Chris to do a burnout.
Joe M, Fireball. Yeah, I'll do Fireball, but it takes money. All right, let's talk tools. All right, I am a Cobalt dude. I don't understand spending absorbent amount of money on hand tools. I get it on power tools, but on hand tools, I don't get it. It doesn't tickle my fancy at all to be like, oh, dude, I just bought this $5,000 toolbox. I'm so
Ooh.
stoked. I feel
That's
so good
cheap.
about myself.
$5,000.
That is Matt Cook.
I was at Glen Shelley today, and James
Yeah.
bought a toolbox that had fallen off the truck,
Nice.
but it was still like in the box.
Yeah.
But the dude claimed it as like damaged before he even opened
Yeah.
it. So we sold it to him for like half of regular cost. We got it like for $2,700. It's like the size of Jack's box.
Nice.
$2,700.
Yeah.
Jack paid $3 for his.
But it's
used,
$2,700 for toolbox.
So if you guys
You don't want to know what I paid for mine.
I know what you paid for
I've
yours.
known-
I'm gonna
Yeah,
finish
this
what I
takes
was
a big
saying,
20
and
grand.
then
Paid off.
we'll keep going with the tools. So I have like a large
Yeah.
Cobalt toolbox downstairs. It's a real tall one. It flips open. It's got lights. It's got a Bluetooth stereo in it. It's stainless steel. It's fairly good. I did try to sell one of the drawers once, though, and broke it because I was drunk and Zach was talking about how he can sit on drawers. I was like, I can do it too, and then it was just like snap.
The drawers are the truth. We have the same, but I think the only difference between your drawer and mine is that you have the light bar, right? On
Yeah.
yours. Yeah. We dropped mine off a trailer, and the bottom drawer flung open and caught it on the highway.
Yeah. They don't care.
Matt Cook.
So I get it, but still.
I spend way too much money on tools, but I also work on cars every day, so I want it to be a nice experience. As everyone knows, working on cars is like pretty shitty. So if I have to do it every day, I want to make it the easiest process as possible. So I just blow a lot of money on Snap-on.
And Snap-on
And
gives a raise around.
the thing is, I am into it because I've been working on cars for like 7 years now, and I still have the same tools that I bought when I first started 7 years ago, and they are still holding up. So that kind of sold me there, that I haven't had to like warranty anything or like replace shit, and I still have like the same ratchets, the same hex keys and everything that I've bought when I was working on cars professionally 7 years ago. And I've been using them every day, so I don't know. Snap-on sold me in that sense that I've bought them and I've never had to replace them.
So that sounds great, except for the fact that I really haven't broke that many tools. I just lose them, and Snap-on will not warranty your lost
No, I
tools.
won't.
So
Yeah.
Snap-on charged me to service my Impact, too.
They
yeah,
do.
They
yeah.
don't, yeah.
No, I will say,
And
Snap-on
Snap-on
makes the best electric ratchets, but that's it. Electric tools, Milwaukee makes the best electric tools.
Yeah, and I will say I tried to ditch.
Except the ratchets. Snap-on makes better electric ratchets.
And I will say, yeah, Milwaukee's electric ratchets kind of suck, and I will say I have an issue with their hog rings falling off.
I have yet to see that with my shit.
So I lost on both my 3/8. I had like the stubby 3/8 impact and the normal size 3/8 impact, and I lost the hog ring on both of them, so sockets would just fall off, and that was super frustrating.
Chris said I'm the rich M5 guy. I probably own only gold. I do own only gold-plated Snap-on. I only drive a car if it's an M5. I don't even want to sit in a non-M5. You can. They make gold-plated Snap-on tools, actually.
But I will say the big thing, like, I ended up getting rid of my Milwaukee power tool set except the ratchets, because they're not as good as the Snap-on ones, but they're affordable. But the batteries kept breaking on the Milwaukees. That was an issue for me. Is like the stop, like they're just screwed together, and like the screws part would just break off. So I ended up going to Cobalt because I like shopping at Lowe's more than Home Depot. And Milwaukee's only at Home Depot.
I agree with that.
And I haven't had any issues. The Cobalt stuff is all held up really well. My only issue there is so we call it Bertha, the big half-inch Milwaukee impact.
Yeah.
The Cobalt big one has nowhere near as much power as the Milwaukee one does. So I guess you pay for what you get because they were cheaper. I haven't broken a single battery. One battery did sit outside, and now it doesn't work anymore, but I haven't, like, broke one from use.
So I have all sorts of Milwaukee tools. They are very good. Yeah.
What about you, tools, Hamish? What do you think?
What color do you like?
I like green. I really like the Ryobi stuff.
Snap-on sells green stuff.
I have a whole drill set from Ryobi.
Yeah.
And I use like the little interchangeable attachments on them. They hold up. You know
Yo,
what doesn't
only poor
get a lot
people
of
like Ryobi.
attention Is those like the knockoff red power tools at fucking Harbor Freight? I cheaped out on tools when I got here.
I think Roger might be here. I heard a very Mopar sounding thing.
That was a V8.
Oh, is that what? God, that sounds like a really bad neon.
There you go, Mopar.
Yeah. I was just like, but twice the cylinders and sounds just as shitty.
If you want to have chat send like links or things to play on the live stream, I can go through the links.
We're gonna get fucking Rick rolled.
Yeah, I know. That's what I can go through.
Yeah, chat could send stuff apparently.
Yeah, do it like through email. How do we do it?
Like they can copy a link, like a YouTube video. Like if they want us to watch something, they can just link us the video, and I can make sure it's okay, and then we can put it on the screen.
That would be cool.
That's cool. I'm sure.
What else? What else is going on in the chat?
The Ryobi tools. We had those basically for the first year and a half at the shop, and I had nothing wrong with them. They all seemed to work, and then we just got on this like Milwaukee train, and then from the Milwaukee went Cobalt, and it's like we ended
What's
up
your
just
favorite color?
Just like trashing a bunch of, or not trashing, but like putting away just a bunch of Ryobi tools that just worked.
Yeah,
and like for no reason.
So the thing about it, Ryobi's, at least back then, their biggest half-inch, like their biggest impact half-inch one, is like it breaks moderate loose stuff thing, but it won't get like a crank bolt or stuff out. So I was always stealing this like earthquake thing from Ralph, like the Harbor Freight big one. It's not the power.
Yeah, bulky, but they work.
Earthquake XL.
So I was like, I was using somebody's Milwaukee one a few times, and I was like, dude, I should get one of those. And then I know Zach gets this, but you just like get bored and like you're not in a good mood or something, so you just go buy tools. So I used to be
just buy all.
I did house stuff before I did car stuff, and I totally did that. Like every time I would get paid, I'd just like go to Lowe's and be like, "What random power tool can I just buy that I'll never use?" That light turns on.
The light goes on and off.
It still looks alright.
And but so I was just like, cool. So I was just like Milwaukee, and just like filled the cart with everything that they made, and it was a few $1,000s, and it really wasn't worth it.
No, it's not. You don't have a tool truck show up to your shop.
No, so there's a transmission guy that's like right across from us, like this cool Russian dude that just like works on his back in a parking lot, but like swaps people's transmissions like 4 a day,
and like has business nonstop.
Like he's raking it in, and like he can't pay anything.
Autos
for rent.
are pretty terrible.
Yeah,
but tool trucks show up over there for him, and then they'll like look through the fence and come talk to me like, I didn't even know you guys were there. You guys need anything? We're like, nah, we use the store. Like we don't buy Matco, Mac.
I did have a funny story with Matco today.
Yeah.
We were looking through. I have a fucking just a thing of just blow mold cases because of tools and because they take up so much space. And we were looking. I'm like, oh, cool, a puller set I bought from Matco is really cool. And then Aaron's like, "You have 2 of these." This Matco dealer came into the shop, and he was like, "I got this new puller set," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I'll buy it. Maybe we'll use it." And I was on the truck a few weeks ago. I'm like, "That's a cool puller set. I'm gonna buy that." And I used this puller set not even once, and I'm like, "Whoa, I have 2 of them now." The guy was nice though and gave me my money back on something else.
On something
Yeah,
else.
something else. But I bought 2.
Credit.
I
Credit's
bought
not
two.
the same
Yeah,
as his money
I bought
back.
2 Matco puller, the same ones, and didn't use either one, and realized I had the same tool.
All right, Ryan says giveaway E34 update. It's giveaway E39 update. I don't know if it auto corrected for you, but
Wait, like E34 versus E39? Which
my
one
phone corrects a lot of random
E34s are
shit,
better
man.
than E39s. I'm just gonna say that.
Your phone likes E34s.
I haven't touched the car yet. Still waiting on a key that works in it so I can get it started. I have quite a bit of parts though to get it going. Don't have a ton of extra capital to get it like painted and the stuff that we're gonna have to pay for. So we'll see how we can do that. I'm still trying to figure out the giveaway structure right now. All the patrons that have been patrons, they're just racking up entries. So maybe I'll just go to one of them. But Diego's actually here. Just built a website for Zach.
Shout out Diego.
He's going to
who's right
hopefully be our website guy, so we can get shirts and everything going. We can start do that. We're still trying to figure out like the tracking side of it. So we're not quite there. We're going to hopefully be there soon. But yeah, I'm still just kicking around the idea, just like trying to get you guys all to become patrons though, and just.
If you watch us, just
Give
pay
us money. Give us money.
But every like $5 spent as a patron could get you an entry, and then that way it rewards like longevity instead of just somebody just buying a bunch of shit. I don't know if that's better, fiscally for me or what, but I don't know. Still haven't decided about that, but it's out there. It's a cool wagon. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a E39 540. I think it's a 1999, so it has a TU engine in it, the Vanos M62. It's an auto. We're going to be 6-speed swapping it. We're going to pull the engine out, reseal it, do timing chains and everything, so it's not a scary engine for somebody who wins it. We have coilovers for it. We have cool wheels. It has a black sport interior. It's going to have like an M5 front bumper.
And I'll swipe my wiener on one door for you.
The driver's side door.
There will be special packages from all of us in that
Special
car.
packages.
Little bonuses.
No, Jim was asking about Tinky Winky, the
The
abortion of a
Z.
purple Z3. What happened to that?
It's sitting out back. I was thinking it should probably come back to life here pretty quick. I actually acquired a new. I think we were talking about this in a video recently. We didn't know about diff stuff. Actually, I was up at Alex Glencelli today, Alex's, and I acquired a couple of diffs. One I was trying to give to sell to Zach to sell to a customer, but he said fuck that guy. So apparently I own the diff now.
That guy kind of sucks.
But I got a 410 and a 373 open, so I can weld both of them, and we can have Tinky Wind make some more fun. The last time I drove it, it had a 410 LSD in it out of an M3, and it was pretty good, but it was also kind of short, so I think the 373 might be perfect. And in the near future, or maybe not so near future, but at some point, that car is going to make a little bit more power. Still gonna have the same M44 in it, but we're gonna try and make some more power. So
I'm really excited for that one.
I think
that one's gonna be nice.
I think it's gonna be a pile of shit, but it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a cool.
Yo,
pile
you
of
gotta
shit.
put. You saw the purple Recaros?
No, I sold them.
Those would be good in Tinky Winky.
But the cars have a roof, so they're just gonna get destroyed so
So
fast.
they're purple Recaros. No one cared.
Like they'll just crack away and they wouldn't be there.
They look like they stole them from like a McDonald's McPape.
I think
play
we'll some lawn
place
chairs
car.
to the floorboard of that thing.
So I actually welded an E30 sports seat into it because I
Okay.
didn't have a driver's seat for it, or I didn't have a driver's seat bracket for it. And Z3s have specific brackets, and I was just like, whatever. I have this E30 sports seat sitting here, and the spacing was all off, so I just ground the floor in the car and just welded the seat straight to the floor. So I don't know if that thing's ever coming out. Hey, Ryan said it did autocorrect.
Yeah,
So, see?
called it.
So YouTube thinks E39s are better than E34s. It was like,
No, the way
or the other way around. Brain using. I've been drinking.
Oh, I like that. We could give Tinky Winky
I got you by one.
I like sharing stuff in live streams. Like, stuff doesn't need to be secrets. So my plan is to turbocharge the M44 in it and not do anything to it. Like, I might put head studs in it, but maybe not even that. Apparently, M44s are substantially worse than M42s for forced induction. They have cast cranks. They don't have oil squirters. The compression's higher. Like everything about it is worse than an M42. But I think I want to see if we can make 300 horsepower without touching it. And we get turbos cheap from Max Speeding Rods. And if you guys know Jake at Classic Daily, he builds manifolds for M42s and M44s.
BMW E21. Now that's a car.
Oh, we got some
fuck.
money.
Oh,
Camden Creek. So,
a guy like me with.
what do you guys think? Are we taking shots for?
Yo, I love E28s. I will drink to an E28 donation anytime.
All right. Let's 28 time. Is there anything better than 33%?
I'm a pussy. I'll drink this.
Okay.
And also, AFK Jim. I'm parting out that M Roadster, and I feel
Drink to the E28.
I'm drinking to the E28.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink a lot to the E28. Alex.
Yo, I love E28s. They're great cars.
Smell foods.
BMW is
get too
like,
far
we
away
have
from
an
the table,
E12.
man.
We're not going to redesign
Otherwise,
it.
it's a
We'll just keep
long,
selling that
long
bitch
ride.
till 89.
That's a short ride, long way up.
One
88.
complaint about E28. They made the hoods open the wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
great.
did. The
Cheers
hood's
to that.
open the
I'll
wrong
take that.
way.
Sure.
Hood's open the wrong way.
But Z3 stuff off the wrong parts. I'm gonna end up taking a lot of the parts off the M Roadster, I think, and throw it on Tinky Winky. Maybe just the rear fenders, because those are the same as just a 6-cylinder Z3. They're not like specific. Probably try to sell the bumper and stuff, but I think a wide body 4-cylinder Z3 would be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh, dude.
Tron Dizzle.
I don't know if E36 is live, although
yeah,
the
dude,
E36 is
hit
the
me
best
up.
chassis.
I'll
it's-
hit you up now. Fuck it.
Oh,
but,
he's gonna hit him up.
Yeah. I don't know much about M62s in specific, but I can help with the whole swap side.
That's a
of things and
V8
making it
motor.
fit. It's a V8 motor.
It's a V8 motor.
With more torque than mine, that's for sure.
Best modification for your 4-cylinder BMW is a 6-pot swap, E30 Wiki. So cool. So I'd love to prove that wrong. I think it'd be sick for no money. That Z3 costs no money. I got that car for $250, and then it was missing one trailing arm, and then I sold the other trailing arm on it and put 4-lug on it. So it's E30 rear end. Pretty sure we're about $0 into that car now. And
Alice
it would
was
be
getting
awesome.
laser
And I'm pretty
eyes.
sure it weighs
I like
less
the
than
cinnamon
2,000
pizza.
pounds. I don't know if I want to purchase
Yeah,
scales.
cinnamon pizza.
Or maybe we just take it to the drag strip and weigh it. But if that thing could make like 300 wheel horsepower and weigh less than 2,000 pounds, that thing would be like an E36 M3 destroyer.
Which one is Indica?
Yo, the Fireball got me feeling away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought 151 yesterday, and the 151 in Texas was way easier to drink than the 151 here.
Did you buy the Bacardi 151 this time? Or did you
I
buy
think it
more
was the
cheap-
Cruise.
Oh, so you bought more cheap
They've
stuff?
been
No, this was like a $20 bottle.
Oh,
it was
weird.
$7 in Texas, and like you could feel it in your whole digestive system.
Rough.
Yeah.
Guys asking you about the E30 wagon.
Where? What?
How's the Glenn Shelley E30 wagon? Saw the burnout video on Insta. Still driving the piss out of it?
Yeah, so E30 wagon's still going good. It's still the favorite car I've ever owned, and probably will be the favorite car I ever owned. That's the one car I would die with. We went to I drove it to Texas to Tex Fest. That was a good time. Right before it was making some scary noises that sounded like rod bearings, like up and down knockety noises when it was cold, which it still does to this day. But that night it was right before I had to drive to Texas, and I was like, oh shit, it's making some noises. That's a little scary. So I called Chris. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not taking the wagon and making some scary noises. And this is a Euro S50 for anyone that doesn't know. And Chris is like, oh, I've got Euro S50 rod bearings sitting in my shop. And I'm like, holy shit. He did. I dug around his shelves through all of his junk, and there was some Euro S50 rod bearings. So that night,
They
before...
were king race bearings.
Yeah, they were race bearings. So thanks to Chris, I slammed some rod bearings into my E30 wagon the night before we left. And then immediately jumped in and drove it to Texas, and jumped on the Texas Autobahn. I think we were doing a pretty top of the speed limit, maybe a little more, but we were going really fast. And I guess I did the rod bearings right because it didn't blow up, but it still has some scary noises in the engine. So I got to look into that. But the E30 wagon's still going strong. Never going to let that die. I love that car, so.
There was also a question right above that. Would you be consider, it was from Chris Barhart, selling one of your Euro E23s?
The Euro E23s
So I got
are
the
subject.
I got the answer for this because I tried to
Yeah.
buy one of the shitty ones that he doesn't
Yeah.
want. That's a parts car, and then he wouldn't sell it to me. He's like, no, I just want to keep it, man.
So I have a hard problem with letting rare shitty things go. That's a rare shitty thing, but I just feel like I should keep the manual swap around. The manual swaps, and then I need the headlights too. It's got Euro headlights and everything.
But I do own the bumpers off of that car.
Yeah, Chris does
Because
have the bumpers.
I helped Zach tow all of like these 9 cars that he bought at once back here.
So I don't know. I just like hoarding 80s junk, so I'm just gonna keep doing that.
RJ Dune, yeah, we can update that again. That's a hot topic. Turbo E30 build. It sounds fucking horrible. I'm not gonna try and salvage it, like, and put a band-aid on it. We're just ripping that engine out. I purchased I haven't paid for it yet. I don't have them yet, but I have got leads on a regular 2.7 bottom end and another 885 head. I'm gonna get both of those, and then we'll take the necessary parts off of the current engine to throw onto those, and then we're gonna build the old engine on the side. We're gonna do like rods, pistons, like everything we can to improve that one, and just have it sitting on a stand for when the other one, the new engine that's going to be built the same as that one blows again. I probably will end up swapping the cam over, but everything else we're just gonna leave it. Because I actually don't want to run that 284 cam that I ran. I think a 272 would be better. I just couldn't get one quick enough when I got it the first time. I think the 284 adds a little bit of lag.
Catching up.
Yeah.
Ryan said one of us needs an E36 touring, which I fully agree.
I don't think they're that attractive.
Yeah, I think they're ugly.
Yo, I'm a big touring guy. I will totally spend all the money to buy a touring.
You just
But
want
you
that
also
T
have
in
to
the
admit that
model
it's
number.
ugly.
I don't think it's ugly.
The back of an E36 Touring is ugly.
I don't mind it.
yeah.
I don't mind it. You know,
You just want the T in the
E30
model
looks
number.
great. E34 looks great. Even E46 looks great.
Yeah.
E36,
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I agree.
I would buy.
it's just
an
like they're just like
E36
cool.
touring.
We have this cool angled roof on all of our other cars we're making at this time, but this one we're just gonna make like a fucking Toyota.
I don't mind the E36 touring at all.
If you
I
just
would
have an
own one.
E36 Touring, more power to you. But
I could probably try and import one, but like, it's easier when I just find one for sale at some point. So maybe I'll just do that.
you're 164. Okay, so. Of all the engines that have rod bearing issues, S62s are part of
Yeah,
them.
no,
They-
I don't know. S62s aren't that bad.
They,
as far as
they are
rod
they are
bearings.
the least
Yeah,
bad
so
of the bad engines
S62s
people
are
talk
good
about.
as far as rod bearings.
And especially if you've had it for most of its life, if you let it warm up every time, you're never going to have a problem. It's just the dumbass that owns it that just like, fires it up and then just like pins
I
it
don't know.
right away.
Dumbass. That guy's an M driver. He's using it. He's like, I got a fucking M5. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, NLA stuff.
Far E46 Ti. We should get an E46 Ti with an S54.
So I'm okay with that because that's a hideously ugly car.
what?
Dude, the
Wait, where are we
The
at?
E46 Ti
Awful,
is
dude.
definitely the ugliest thing.
The E46 Ti looks like it's not real.
Yeah,
Like, it
that
looks
looks
you
like a
guys seen-
Photoshop car.
It looks photoshopped.
Have you seen ads, though?
I was like, what kind of ugly car can we make? Huh?
That was like pre-Photoshop too.
They use those headlights every time
We
they
gotta
want to
do
put a
it in real
BMW in an E46 in an ad, like for an insurance company or something. They,
Oh
like,
yeah, I
they-
saw
they,
the
like,
red one, and they
They like
they
Photoshop the
fucking-
TI headlights
I saw
onto it. It's
that.
so
and then they
bad.
do the
I
grill
saw
like
Yeah.
yeah, like the merge grill.
Well, someone's offering you an M20.
Oh, dude, is that
No, that's
Jesse?
different.
That's a different guy.
Yeah,
Oh, apparently Ethan likes the E46
Dude,
Touring.
anybody that wants to give
far from ugly. I'm sorry.
Ed
I
is-
agree, Ethan. It was a smart move.
So, I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't know this until recently. Eddas are the highest compression M20. In the US, they're 9-1. In Europe, they're 11-1. And then all the talk about them being like super low compression, when you put an 885 head and like no machining, so if you deck it, it's only higher compression from here. It's 8.42-1 with an 885 head on it. A Superetta, because it comes with the 885 head, is 8.5 to 1.
Someone just revved a 6-cylinder in the parking lot.
Are they in the bar or are they here?
No,
That
was
definitely
further
sounded
back
like an
there.
E36.
Yeah.
Or some kind of BMW.
That was muffled.
That was very
It was a
BMW
6-cylinder.
sounding.
Zach's cheap BMW senses are tingling.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, there's a shitty inline 6 rev limiting right now.
But anyway, what I'm saying, and then
Like
a
Spider-Man, only
a
with shit
Superetta is
boxes.
8.5 to 1.
Only the shit
That
boxes.
.08 doesn't matter. Like a Superetta to a regular Etta doesn't matter. And then if you put all the I stuff in, you bring the compression back up to 8.8 to 1. That's not worth all the trouble. Just fucking put some boost on it and be done. So we're definitely gonna see that. That's another reason why I want to just put the M20 Etta bottom end in, and we'll throw it right back on the dyno and tune it again, or just see what it makes, and we'll compare it and see if the Super Etta is actually worth anything. Because I don't think it's worth anymore. Oh, Leroy sent money.
Hey, Leroy with the best stories.
Leroy.
But
Todd.
yeah, I will travel for M20s. New Mexico's probably as far as I'll travel because I don't think they're worth that much.
Yeah.
I bought
well, a
Jess
2.7
is in New
M20.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamish got offered a free Pathfinder.
Todd
and
was
they're trying to lure me into helping
asking
go get
about.
Yeah, but the guy was also confident it drives out, so I might just fly down or drive down.
Where is it?
It's in Santa Fe, so not far.
it. Todd.
I'm not going to New Mexico for shit.
Todd was asking
Right?
about old BMWs.
You know
and
too
new
well,
BMWs.
Joe.
As someone who's been
Trucks need
around
turbos on those
BMWs for a while and has worked on them forever, there's definitely a disconnect between N54 and up, with this like factory turbo BMWs, and then the non-turbo BMWs. And like the N54 people are like Subaru, Honda kind of people, or they're
Not
just
talking
like,
shit about those people.
I am.
But they're not.
But like they're just like
Hate on
they're-
Zach.
Yeah, you can hate me.
Cheers, buddy.
But like the N54 people is just like a special.
Leroy.
It's
Living in the wagon.
I'm joining them.
it's not like the old BMW people. The old BMW people are cool and everyone's just down to hang out and have a good time. The N54 people are like measuring their cock size and they don't want to
What
actually.
stage are you, bro?
What stage are you? They don't know anything about cars. They just want to make maximum power. So like, there's definitely like old BMW is before M54 and after M54. There's definitely like two groups. So I definitely agree with that.
I think M3. I'm sorry, man. I keep forgetting your name. No, not talking shit on M2s. I think M2s are pretty cool cars. I am a little disappointed about how heavy they are after I found out that they pretty much weigh as much as a F82. But I think the S65 E90 E92 M3 was like the last real BMW.
Yeah, I agree.
That I'm attracted to, like, in a own it real long term sense. Like, yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to have an F80 and just like, turn it up and have some fun with it. But the first time it has an issue, I'm just be like, cool, let's fix that issue and kick it down the road.
Yeah, I work on so many turbo BMWs where they just sound like trash. They're just loud fart noises. That's all they want, though. They just want to be seen and make a lot of noise. And Ryan said himself in the chat, he said burble tune. They all want the burble tune.
Yeah, right there.
They hate their
Yeah.
economy.
Yeah, everyone's like, we need the burble tune, which is the farty, like, yeah, no, so.
Elijah, is it normal for your trans tunnel to be too hot to touch if you don't have carpet over it?
That means you're doing something right.
Yeah, so if you're talking on the exhaust side and you're beating the fuck out of it, yeah, it's gonna get hot.
Even with shielding?
Yeah, my turbo E36, the white one that's like right there with everything, like it was like melting people's shoes to the floor.
Yo, I want a car that melts people's shoes. That's fucking sick.
That one was like, it would do car things, and then you just get this flush of like insane heat over you.
It was
Just
also
like-
it didn't have a heater core.
or a firewall.
That's what I'm saying. So it didn't have a heater core, but it did have a block off where the heater core was. So you could just like look under the dash, and there was the engine.
Yeah.
So safety is a top priority in that car. It's a little bit higher up in the comments, but I saw stuff about M30 swapping an E30. It's a super cool idea, but it's so hard to keep it cool. Like
Yeah, E30s aren't good with the cooling.
the weight difference, not like a big deal. Yeah, it weighs, so I said it weighs 40 pounds more. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
know.
It'll drive a little bit different, but I mean, you'd have to be like, to make it really worth it, be like rear mount radiator setup or something, and then run like a big turbo
Yeah,
setup
that
or
would be a
something.
lot.
But then you're still, how much power can an E30 handle? Like, it's an M20 is plenty.
Chris, you think you want an M2, but they're pretty numb. You drive them, and you're like, man, it's pretty. Like the shifter, it auto blip shifts for you. So you throw it into a gear, and then it'll auto rev match, and it's just like, it's just not as good.
At what point do you just eject the driver out of it?
Yeah,
and be
exactly.
Like,
There's no feel. It's numb. It's but it's quiet. There's no feel. It's
So Chris,
it's not as good.
If you want it to like as a daily, cool car, especially if you don't want to like work on it, if you just want to drive it, take it to the dealer.
It's a daily,
it's super cool. They sound way better than N54 cars.
Yeah, M55s do sound better. I've heard a lot of M54s, 55s.
I mean, it's an S55.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just a better build. N55. Oh, dude, he's got a built N55 F30, bro. His roommate. He knows it.
Yeah.
So your roommate is exactly what
His
we're talking about.
His roommate wakes him up every time he cold starts it. That's what he just said.
No, I gotta know.
Those things are like anybody with a turbo BMW cold starts. Wow! That's the cold start every time you start it.
But what
It's so
stage
bad.
is it, bro? How is it fully
Yeah,
built
how
if
many
you don't even
stages?
have a stage in there?
Yeah.
So
the turbo BMW.
Pick M3. I think you do have the best of both
Oh,
worlds.
there's
Like,
as many stages as you want,
Is
baby.
it like genders?
I'm stage 0.5 right
It's
now.
whatever your car identifies as. or
Yeah.
whatever you identify your
It's
car
whatever you want to flex it as.
as. Yeah, I'm
So,
on stage 28.
I'm going to share with that guy. So he has an M2. He also has an E46 M3. And then he also has an E36 328 as a daily. He's like a young guy. I don't know what the hell he does for a living, but he's killing it. So yeah, he's got some good cars. He's got the best
He
of all
said
the worlds.
yes to my. That's how they cold start.
And it
And
pops
you
and
put-
bangs down a huge hill.
Yep. Yeah, you got the burble tune. Yep.
Super Map Quest.
Call him a fuckboy.
Best cheap engine for boost, by far an M52. One caveat to that is if we're talking about an E30, the M20 is better. There's no point in 24 valve swapping it and then turboing it. Just turbo the M20 that you have. But an E36, M52 turbo, that's the cheapest way. That's like as cheap as Honda shit to kill people. Like you'll beat everything with a turbo. Like I've done it. Like you can go out to nationwide events and stuff and go racing, and you will beat everybody with a turbo M52. Except like 1400 horsepower GTRs. I lost to that guy. Garrett, I see you up there. Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, what's going on with E34? That'd be cool.
He just asked if he could use the A28 to fix his E34.
Yeah, he just bought.
Yeah.
He didn't ask. He's
It
gonna
was in the
call.
comments above.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, call me. I might have a new number. Maybe hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. I don't know which number you have in mind. I got rid of my work number, and if you had my work number, I got rid of that. I only have a personal number now. It pops and bangs all the way down the hill. Stage 3, big single, bruh. Dude, you work for UPS, man? I didn't know they paid that well.
Or maybe UPS is paying for the F30, the fully built one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No. That's thick M3. That's to do with the M2, the E46 M3, and the E36.
I thought it was also due to the roommate.
No,
yeah.
that's AFK Jim.
Ah.
KV, I bought E30 as my first car, but the cam is scored and has a broken rocker arms. Was wondering what would be the best way to go about fixing it.
It works so
It
hard
doesn't
to
really
get
matter.
that
Like the cams are always scored in those. I wouldn't worry about that. I just get a rocker arm and slam it back in and get it going, man. Kyle says just turbo whatever is in the car. Completely agree to that. Unless it's an E46, then throw away that M54 and put an M52 out of an E36 in it if you want to make power.
Or if it's an E46, just keep it as a car.
Yeah, that works too. Because they're
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been a big push lately about that they're great drift cars, but
They're pretty nice.
I feel like
They
they're
are. They're good chassis.
I feel like they're
drifted a sedan.
I feel like they're kind of numb. I don't know.
Yeah, but
You drive a 6 Series.
it's just because it's racing.
So I will say I don't know why, but the 6 Series is. I made a comment on this on Instagram or something lately. I talked on something about it.
Maybe Patreon, I think.
Patreon,
Yeah.
so patrons know. The 6 Series is surprisingly not that numb.
No, it isn't.
And
I
I don't
I
know
thought
if
I
it's-
was crashing 6 times just moving it 3 spots today. Like, I thought I was hitting
Tell me you
so
own
many
a
things.
BMW without telling me you own a BMW. Hey, 311. Whoa, amber is the color of my energy. That's a good one.
Dude, Ryan is a baller.
Why are cold starts on E85 rough? So, the reason it's hard to start a car on E85 is because it takes more fuel because the stoic ratio is different. And with that extra fuel, if the cylinder is cold, it's still just as hard to ignite as gasoline, but there's more fuel in it, so it's taking up more volume, so there's less air in there, and they're just harder to start. So it's.
I own a BMW, Ryan, because my hands are dirty and they're always broken. That's how you could tell I own a BMW without owning a BMW.
You can tell I own a
Without telling you,
BMW
I
because
mean.
my daily is a Pathfinder, not a BMW.
There you go. Yeah, my
That's
daily is
why.
also a Nissan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I own a BMW because I have to own a lot of BMWs in order to be able to drive a BMW
Exactly.
on a regular basis.
Yep. Without telling me.
Nick, does your car leak oil? I didn't know your car leaked oil.
They all leak oil.
Dude in the middle. You can't try to hide your smoke if you're gonna French inhale.
What is French
Hang it.
inhale? I thought that was ghosting.
That's when you wave a white flag and you inhale.
But Joe M wants to know about your car, Hamish.
Yeah, Joe, that wagon is gonna get the M60 hopefully this Saturday. I'm waiting on FCP. They said they delivered the parts today, so hopefully Saturday it gets some love, and then also some E38 content coming down maybe Saturday as well. We shall see.
Hamish has this bug now.
Yeah, since I got the Pathfinder done, I'm like, let's do shit.
It's
sitting
done?
here-
How's the power steering?
It's done.
It doesn't have power steering.
It doesn't need it. It's done.
We were sitting here talking. It was like 5 o'clock, and we were like going to start getting ready for this. And Hamish was like, "I'm thinking about running home and getting the E34 parts." I was like, "Why?"
It's like, I just want them here.
He just wants them here. He's like,
Yeah.
He's not going to swap the car tonight. He just wants to go drive to his house, get the parts, and drive back.
To be fair, only 7 miles away.
It's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Hey, there's a Jason here. Was that you making 6-cylinder noises? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Zach called it. It wasn't me.
Hey!
I just sold the power up.
You sold it?
Yeah.
Did you sell it to Jerry?
Oh, okay. AFK Jim, I didn't French inhale. I haven't. If I go through my nose, I get a nosebleed. Which,
Oh, so
yeah,
it's gone.
probably
though.
should stop.
like here?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
No,
Joel, can I?
come get in on this.
Huh?
Come tell a
Get out
story.
here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we're
sir.
on the live stream.
Live stream?
Yeah,
Live
have a
stream
beer.
Yeah, hey, come on over here.
What
That's
a
it.
beer.
Just sold it to some kid from Greeley.
This is
Nice.
Jason.
What's cracking? How we
What's
doing?
cracking?
Jason's the guy with the 1,000 horsepower S-Turtle
Yeah.
E36.
Pull up a
He's
chair.
a good man.
No, he's got one coming.
He's the tuner guy.
Yeah, he does all of our MS41.1 help stuff.
And 2.
Big help, man.
There's MS41.2.
Yep, that's the M3 is 41.2.
I didn't know that. I learned
Everything else
something
is
today.
41.1.
Welcome to the square table, the
Yeah, it's
rectangle
pretty,
table.
Pretty nice.
Oh, it was good. It was a good
Meeting
time.
of the mind.
Yo, I was like,
Yeah.
I totally hear somebody rev banging a 6-cylinder out there.
Yeah, I was like, we can actually make some noise here. He was like, is it loud? I'm like, no, it's not loud. But he's like, oh. I'm like, oh, it's loud. It's like, but it's not.
You got a donation from Ed.
Hey,
Hey, Ed.
Take a
Cheers
shot.
to Ed. Everybody,
Cheers
cheers
to
to
Ed.
Ed.
Ryan, you just simply have to move
No
closer.
one cheers to me.
This is your lifestyle.
Hey,
Cheers, Ed.
Ed.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, so that kid's driving back up to Greeley. He didn't want he couldn't afford the wheels right now. So, wheels.
It sounds like an E36 owner.
The Fireball?
Cheers to Ed.
Cheers to Ed.
Cheers, Ed.
Cheers to Ed.
Cheers to Ed.
Again. Hey.
Back on,
Cool. And then if you saw the 17s there too, I think you still have the other two that came on that convertible.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the other ones ended up.
Okay. That's all that was in the shop.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the other two I think got used on something. They got. I think they went to the junkyard.
Ah, okay.
No, that would probably.
Joe asked Chris, when are you pulling the white R33 again?
So that car is actually not registered. It is insured though, and the prices have just shot through the roof. And I am like not usually a bitch or a pussy when it comes to things, but I am sort of afraid to drive that car. Because it is legitimately worth $150,000.
No, it's not.
Okay,
I would say
hey, no.
80. 80
You guys need
80.
to fact check this.
80
What is
grand.
Chris's R33 worth? Chris,
80
what is
grand.
it? No,
80
no, Chris,
grand.
what is your car?
It's a 1995 R33 V-Spec with no visible damage of any sort to it. Like, cosmetically, it's perfect.
It's got some paint chip, doesn't it? All right, I remember things weird. Moving on.
It's a V-Spec. It has under 100,000 miles. Yeah, it's not perfect mechanically. It's like in the process of making a bunch of power and doesn't make that power yet. But it's scary. It's my dream car, and I just don't want to lose it. I don't know. I'm not usually a bitch with stuff, but like I'm reckless and I break things, and it's gonna kill me if I recklessly break that car. One time I took that car to kickball, and as everybody else knows here, I fuck shit up when I take it to kickball. And I drove it and did not see a dip in a neighborhood and slammed the front end into the ground and broke the lip that was on it. That's why it has the carbon fiber lip now. And launched it into the air. And I was like, that's it. I've killed the car. It's done. And luckily I looked under there. It just like bent a couple tabs that like went under like the thrust arms, but like didn't mess up any suspension or arms or anything. It just like just folded them over slightly. So I got real lucky there.
Someone had a ROM Raider question for you, actually.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
Yeah.
So
They had a
Jason,
question
talk to me
about
about the ROM Raider.
the
MS-41
ROM Raider.
question.
Yeah.
I do have a comment
Elijah's
right above
car,
that.
the black one that
Oh,
Jerry did.
yeah. So that one, I think Jerry's car had a Vanos issue more than anything because we put the same tune that was on that on my red car, and it has no lower end lag or anything. So I
Can
feel
they
like
even hear him?
maybe.
Move up and talk louder.
I don't know if they can hear it.
This
Oh,
one does.
alright, yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that car has the same tune as the Hellrot that just left, and that car had like a lower end dead spot or something. It made me think it was Vanos or something along those lines. But OEM DMEs, the MS 41.1 and 41.2 are just what I have the most knowledge on. The newer stuff has a lot more capability, it seems like, but it seems like they're getting pretty far with the OEM DMEs as far as capability, and you don't really even need to step into a standalone anymore with the E36 platform.
Ryan was asking me about S54 rod bearings. It seems to be that E90 M3 rod bearings are the scariest ones. I've seen a lot of scary things out of E90 M3s. S54s, I'd probably put it a little bit below that, but I'd probably still do them if I owned one. Every 100K I would probably do S54 rod bearings. E90s, if you own E90 M3, do your rod bearings every like 20,000 miles. So I'm just kidding, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of comments now.
So-
Everyone was saying around me, I said 80K for your R33. Everyone else agrees, it looks like.
I don't know. There was one for sale locally. I think it might still be, or no, it's sold.
Oh, we
But-
messed up the audio.
Did we?
Did we?
We got an
Oh, echo now. That
Oh,
makes sense.
Oh, put it back.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
fuck that
we
mic.
got two mics.
I cut it off already.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a delay.
So, yeah, there was another V-Spec that sold locally for 85,000 with substantially more miles than mine and paint fade, and like it wasn't that good. So
So I'm gonna say
So-
80,000.
There was a comment a
It's
while
a lot
ago.
of money. It's still worth a lot of
Yeah,
money.
you don't mess it up.
There was a comment a while ago about an S62 with M62 B46 bottom end and the feasibility on that. And I don't have experience with the S62 side of things, but it sounds like you should just keep the S62 if you have one. And if you're going to go through all that work of like creating a hybrid, then just do the rod bearings and all the preventative maintenance beforehand.
or you're saying like your crank's done, so you're thinking about just
It could be.
so you're thinking about just slapping your S62 heads onto an M62.
But so here's the caveat. The thing, right, is you got to run it at OBD1 is what the guy's asking. It's Ryan Amacher there. But if you have an O1, then you'd run it on OBD2.
no, they would all be OBD2.
Yeah, well, he wants to run it on OBD1
Oh.
if you scroll up.
Ah.
But if you want to do that, I don't know, is like Vanos.
OBD2 is so much better. I don't know why you'd want to run OBD1.
And there's the argument for
OBD
RB2.
literally tells you what's wrong,
Yeah.
and you can monitor all of your car.
Exactly. That's why.
Don't ever do OBD1. Always put the effort in for OBD2. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I don't.
My opinion is doesn't matter though, but that's my opinion.
Hellrot was full OBD2. I was telling him like, this is better. You don't want the
Yeah.
other stuff.
No, OBD2 is better. OBD1 was like an old school way of thinking because before, OBD2 is scary, but now it's like, hey, I can monitor my whole engine. So.
And if we're talking standalones, I'll just go throw it out here because we're not sponsored yet, but really want to be sponsored by K-Data because they're the shit. They make plug and plays for OBD1 engines and OBD2 engines. Nobody makes plug and play for M52s. K-Data does. It's less than $600, and it's a plug and play.
K-Data,
K-Data.
Unofficial sponsors. Unofficial sponsored.
Yeah.
I don't know, K-Data.
We bought like 5 of them at this point.
Yeah, they're really good so far.
Todd wants to know, Jason, what's your favorite OEM DME?
I answered that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got him.
Okay.
Zach, what's your plan with your newest M5?
Okay, E28 M5, the hottest thing ever. My plan is to get a OEM M-Tech 1 body kit because US bumpers aren't that great. So I'm gonna do that. I don't really want to paint it. The paint is shit and it's really bad. Can't really save it. So I might just leave it looking not very good. He just hit the TV with the can. But I do want to put an M-Tech 1 body kit on the E28 M5. Some cool wheels, maybe some nice coilovers, and then just drive it and enjoy it. That's it. Nothing crazy. I don't want to do anything crazy. Just gonna clean it up, keep it nice, and enjoy it. Not gonna cut it up. Not gonna do anything crazy. It's just keep it pretty original. So it's a car I've always wanted. It's an 80s driving experience.
Ryan, is it true to build an M7 Air 73 and a dual overhead cam with S54 heads? No. There is nothing that has been made. I have scoured everything I can possibly find because I really wanted to do this. There is no solution to dual overhead cam swapping an early V12 from BMW. They just don't.
That would
fit.
make it a monster too, though, or not monster. But it would make
It may make it a lot better.
It would make it a lot better.
But no, and there's been lots of talk of like how to do it, and you could use like Euro S50 heads, which would be cheaper than S54 heads, which is funny, but it actually would be cheaper. But there's no way to reverse the cams in it, so you would need like all custom cams. The spacing's wrong, like the bore the bore spacing is correct, but once you reverse the head going the other direction, it's no longer correct anymore, and you can't like move the head. So you're talking like getting custom heads.
It wouldn't
casted.
We should just put 2 M52s together.
Like,
there you go.
I mean,
you have a really
it
cool.
It would be cheaper to make a dual S54 block probably than it would be to make heads that would work in that car effectively.
Okay,
like it's just not worth it.
I got a follow-up question.
Yeah, someone asked Hamish how much you want for your E30.
So, really quickly to answer that, I'm not done with it yet. I want to do a lot more to it and kind of get it to where I want to be. See you, Jason. Bye, Jason, in the comments. I want to like drive it more and fix it better. So
you better not sell it.
I don't want to yet.
It's not for yet.
Yeah.
What's a good offer? What's the car? What's a good offer?
I need to make it worth the offer that I would call good, and it's not there yet. So that counts. And it's also like already.
So there's
damage.
Chances of buying Hamish's car.
There could be chances, but do you
Save
want
your money.
Hamish's car? Do you want a hand built car?
Professionally built by DBO.
All right, so you gave the update. Yeah, your S62 is your crank is done. Honestly, your best bet is just to buy a S62 crank off of eBay. I think they're less than $1,000 these days, and just rebuild what you got. In terms of the automatic, though, Hamish and I were talking about this the other day, and why couldn't you just bolt an automatic behind the M62?
Yeah, you can. The bell housing bolts are the same.
And
I thought I got it.
With
the S62, yeah.
You did.
Yeah. And with the software of those years, see, the only thing would be like the engine.
No, there's transmission chips for those transmission ECUs to make them a sportier transmission
Right, so
too.
it wouldn't be that issue.
Oh, okay. And there's upgraded valve bodies. Just saying, those 5 HP 30s, there's like an aftermarket support for them. I know, but it's weird.
You would want what you would
Manual.
want is you would want an auto out of a what I guess like a 96 to 99 540. I guess a 97 to 540, or 96 to 90, or no, 96 to 98 740, or 97 to 98 540. So you would still have the crank sensor in the right place. But I'm pretty sure that you could just adapt the, like, not adapt the engine harness, but just add the auto trans harness back into, like, the car. And
You don't even have to add it, dude.
They're separate harnesses,
yeah,
I'm
they're
pretty
separate.
sure.
They're just in the loom.
Well,
It's
no,
in the
the
loom.
engine harness does go to the trans, right?
no, but it's in the same loom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just, but it's still a separate.
But
yeah,
that's what I
because
would do.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it in terms of E38s. People do all these S62 swaps into E38s, and like, why does nobody leave an auto in an E38? I was a big
Because
like.
they're not very good. Who
No,
wants
an auto for an E38.
Yeah,
though.
but that's
No.
the 7 Series. Why do you want to shift
Yo,
your 7 Series?
I don't know about you guys, but manual is life. Manual everything.
But why do you want to shift your
I would
7
love
Series?
to shift
Like,
to my 7 Series.
don't buy a
No.
7 Series. If
I'm
you wanna,
buying a 7
it's
Series
a
to shift
luxury
it.
car.
Or
I want
shift
to
in my
just,
7.
I want it
See
to
that
be.
one that was
I want it to be
marketplace?
numb
Yeah.
and just
I almost
freight
traded.
train.
Yep.
We'll swap
Chris
it.
gets it.
Oh,
Like an
yeah.
LS swap, but with a better transmission. I think the 4L60s and 4L80s are kind of poopy.
Even my truck is
But,
a manual.
like,
The
if you
manual of
had-
the world.
If you had like a 5-speed BMW trans on an LS and an E38, you would be
What?
pretty happy. I think.
You're fine.
I think it'd
All
be
of
pretty
it.
decent.
Ed, best place to find an E34 that I'm going to completely
There's a
rebuild.
guy asking about best E46 wheels.
We're not there yet.
No, it was up there.
Oh, best
Yeah.
E46 wheels.
Good catch.
Yeah. First from Simon, best E46 wheels.
And
not-
parallels.
I would.
No.
They do look good.
Parallels.
So are we talking OEM wheels or are we talking
Yeah.
aftermarket wheels? Because Apexes look really good. 18
Throwing
inch-
stars look really good.
Zach had throwing stars on a wagon.
Yeah.
I currently really like style 162s, the 330 sport wheels.
Those look pretty good.
They're on my Hellrock.
Oh yeah,
car.
those look really good. Yeah.
And I don't
Those
like
look
them at
good.
all on E90s, but they have the correct offset. They fit pretty well on E46s,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I just had to throw that comment in. That guy was asking.
Good job catching
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I missed what I was gonna catch though. Oh, best place to find E34, dude. Craigslist, Facebook.
Craigslist.
Unless you're talking like parts of the country, then I would just say something
Well,
in the Midwest, like
You got to be on it now. Like,
West
to
of
get
Chicago.
To get a good deal, to get a nice E34, you got to be on it. You got to look every day.
there's a
every-
manual 530 for
every
sale
couple
here locally
hours.
for like it was like $1,000
Yeah.
yesterday.
BMWs are worth money now, so it's just like you got to be fucking on it, or else you're gonna miss it.
Alright, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Is Bring a Trailer a good place to buy a good example of a BMW?
No.
If you want to
Sell
spend too much
a
money,
good
then
place to
yeah,
sell.
go
It's
to
a
Bring
good
a
place.
Trailer.
I like that answer. It's
Yeah.
it's
It's
a
a
good
great
place
place
to
to
sell.
sell.
Bring a
one.
Trailer is a good place to sell. It's not a good place to buy.
Yeah.
I see shit that I've always wanted on Craigslist all day. Like, there's no reason to buy one from Bring a Trailer unless you want to pay too much and get in a bidding war with some dude who has too much money.
Yeah.
Or is doing it as a joke and then has to buy a car that they
Yeah.
they weren't
Yeah,
intending to.
exactly.
You guys seen that?
So
one?
we should K20 swap an E30.
I almost did that before my LS.
I that sounds kind of sick.
I want a K20
Yeah,
swap
K20
something.
something.
It's quite a bit of work to K20 swap an E30, just like in terms of the pan and stuff and getting it to fit. It's a very tall engine. You wouldn't think it, but it's fucking tall.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
Hood scoop.
I don't know.
yeah.
I watched a lot of Jimmy Oak stuff, and he K20 swapped an S14, a Kuki, and he says it's a really raw car. Like, it's not refined. It makes it vibrates a lot. It makes a lot of like noises. It's just
4 cylinders do vibrate a lot.
well, he says like even compared to an SR, it's like it's great if you want a track car. And
Buzzy.
You're gonna beat the fuck out of it. It's great, but in terms of like a nice, to me, it's just not very BMW like.
I put a solid shifter in the E30 M3 with the S14, and it was very metally and not rubber bushed. And I drove it after putting the shifter in, and the shifter was vibrating like a motherfucker. And I'm like, hey, the car's done. The shifter is very vibraty, and he did not like it. So it's kind of like that, I assume. It's just like high revving 4 cylinders are very vibraty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kyle, Will did
Lord.
want to do that.
Yeah.
He ended up getting one real cheap. that just kind of fizzled out into nothing and never was done. That's why we took that video down.
Yeah.
Ryan, E30 truck runs and drives. It ran and drove. I think Will stole a radiator out of it.
Oh, there's a lot off of that car now.
Stole a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot off of that.
Will got it running, but I think at the same time that I
Honda
turbo
LL,
the Z3, I think Will should turbo the E30, the M42, and the E30 truck. He has the capability to make way more power than I can make, and I think he should do it.
I agree with Todd. Honda, LOL.
Oh. Bye, Jason. Thank you, KVBE. A real one.
So Ryan, I'm not sure you would need a
Only
custom
one that said
DME
bye.
to run an auto. I just don't think you would need it because
We get back to the auto manual.
So the big thing you'd have to change is right now that car is looking for a gear input like S62s have.
Do they really?
They have a gear position sensor because they limit torque in first and second gear. But like Castle and other tuners can just turn that off, and then you can just run a regular 540 manual in them because you don't need the gear position selector. That all that is to limit power. It's not to make you anything else.
That being said, is a K-Data M62E plug and play the same as an S62?
No.
No?
You got dual Vanos. You got all kinds of other shit going on.
All right. Take it back.
But I think you could control the transmission separate from the engine, and it's not like when you're flooring an auto like an M62 that it does anything different when you're shifting. Like the engine doesn't give a shit what the trans is doing. I don't think you need to custom tune it. 420G is life. 420G is a fairly good transmission. It has some synchro issues, but it is strong.
Second may be going out for me. I don't. It's too early to tell, but it's not happy with going into second gear and staying in second gear.
Honestly, most of the manuals just don't seem very good. But I only have shitty high mileage ones, so.
So Kyle, here I love driving manual. But I gotta say, like my truck, for example, is substantially better because it is an auto versus it was a manual.
It'd be better with a manual.
A torque converter, when you have a shit ton of power,
I don't know.
and it can just hold an RPM and just take off forever, is fucking sick.
I don't know. I really enjoy driving my Dodge Ram.
Yeah, but your car
with a manual.
But it doesn't make any
you're not
power.
gonna miss an auto.
It doesn't make any power.
I tow cars.
It makes torque.
Yeah.
It's not fast.
It's not fast. It's just like brah, brah, brah. That's how driving the Ram is.
Ryan, I don't know what style 135s are.
Manual everything.
Let's look up what style 135s are.
Are we gonna find Zach's ID? Wait, I'll
Are
go.
those wait, are those the Chromaderas?
Wait, we're prepped for
Oh,
this.
Nick!
Hey, it's
You
Nick.
guys saw him on the stream, and now he's here in real life.
should just do that.
We were back
What
on the
did you
stream.
do?
Did
Are
I
we
like
back?
mess it up, man?
Can we fix that screen?
So it's still live.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so we're back.
Those headlights look super similar. They're
so-
connected.
Well,
but
they
it's-
don't.
Yeah.
Just
so,
I don't agree.
Put some vinyl over the middle of that, and it's the same fucking
No,
headlight.
it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
We see
It's the
computer
same
screen.
headlight.
I kind of see what you're saying.
It's
I
the
kind of
same
see what you're
headlight.
saying, but no.
It's connected with plastic.
Because
Oh,
it's
Mike
on
doesn't
the-
like E46s.
Get us back. You're back.
Oh, we're back.
Come on, Hamish. I
Well,
agree.
no, okay,
Come
so
on,
So we
Hamish.
just-
Let's go, hey.
This is a
Let's
new,
go, Hamish.
This is a new thing, and also it turns out there's no audio when we go to the screen over here.
Yeah.
So we can
So we were just like showing random pictures.
Why
Yeah,
is
we're just like-
why is there a Camry? He asked.
Exactly.
so
We're
Friends
sorry,
don't
we
friends
try to
don't
take you-
E46s? Mike, why you
What's-
hating on E46s?
Why the shade on E46?
Yo, fuck E46s.
E46 engines. Yes, they're not very
E46s are
Got my
boring.
phone.
E46s are like Lexuses. I'm just gonna say that.
Shots fired.
Since we're here to argue.
good. E46 best daily.
Nope. Well,
Best
yeah,
daily E90
yeah.
diesel.
Yeah, but like E46s aren't very good.
I like
So-
my E46s.
Best daily E90 diesel if you have the commuter ways. Otherwise, if you're in town, they suck.
Why?
DPS.
Honestly, I just
No,
think
you don't need all
everyone
that.
Well,
should buy
that's
a
after that,
90s
yeah.
slash
You do that, then
80s
yes.
Yeah.
Nissan Pathfinder hardbody. That's just like the best thing ever.
All right, E34 is best car. E36 is best track car. Period.
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 I can't argue with that actually.
I haven't
Like,
driven E36 on the track yet, so you got to let me borrow one so I can.
You know though, wait,
I'd be
wait,
able
wait.
to compare between
An
E30. He's done
E46
those, so.
is a good daily,
I think
but
at your
wouldn't
power
you want to
level,
be in
it
a
would be
5
negligible,
Series for a
but once you
daily?
start adding power,
5
the
Series has
E36
better
really starts to
luxuries and is more comfortable.
So I like mine.
I mean, this
So-
guy would know. So E36 or E30, more fun on the track as a driver's car.
more fun or more capable?
More fun. What's a better car to
Oh, but what's
drive
fun?
from
Being
the
scared? Than an old '60s Chevelle or
From the
something.
seat, which
I
would
would
you
say
enjoy
the E30 is more fun on the track because it wants to kill you. But the
you?
E36 is more controllable and is better at the track.
But
So-
still not
What's
numb
more
at all.
fun?
So
What's
No.
more fun?
So
No,
E30 more
fun.
like
I would rather be in an E36 personally.
So more E36 is more competitive, but is it more fun?
Oh, that's a good question.
Right? Because
I feel like the
about,
E30
are you gonna
so
win? It's like
The
are you
E30
having
is
fun?
better.
Are you having a better
the
driving
E30 is better
experience?
for fun because it wants to throw the rear end around more. I think.
So better driver experience, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more, and it's just lighter and more direct.
to
I
me.
think.
To me, it's wood roller coaster versus metal roller coaster. Like wood roller coaster can't do what the metal roller coaster can, but the wood roller coaster kind of scares you more because you feel
Feels like
you're
might fall apart.
yeah, like is this gonna fall over? You know, but you're.
Yo, Kyle's right though. Best daily is the Turbo E12.
That sounds sick. I'd
That
love,
does
I'd
sound
love to
sick.
come get
I
a
want
ride
to.
in that
I
car
want to.
sometime.
Yeah, I want to ride in a Turbo E12.
Eric, question: M62TU is safe to run M60 intake manifold and N62 throttle body without a tune? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. You are fine without changing anything. Will it make equal power torque as with a tune over time as the DME? It won't really adjust. You might be able to tune it to make like slightly more, but you will notice like a peak power increase at the top, and you don't really lose that much in the bottom end with an M60 manifold. To be honest with you, it's just better all the way around. That's why the 4.6 ISs came with them.
Someone asked if they.
So you have a sport package.
Yeah, it depends on the year, but like.
His it says 2000. He has a
Oh yeah,
2000
you
pack-
just have a sport package.
have a
The
sport
M
package
Sport is
car.
like 2003, and you get cool. You get like the M5 bumper. You get like a special rear bumper. All the trim and the inside is black, like the right by the window. It's not chrome. It's black. Like even like where the
the headliner is either Alcantara
it's
or
all
black.
black. Yeah, so like, you don't know if you have an M Sport, and then people like get thirsty for it for no reason.
Yeah, it's the same car. It just has
Yeah, but
M
it's just
things.
it just says M Sport.
Did you
it's
hit a
worth
deer?
money.
Is your E46 fucked? E46
Hit a
more
deer.
fun with an S54. I don't know if an S54 is more fun, man. Drive an E36 on the track that's like set up like
Yeah,
that.
E36 S. It's all you need, like an S52 and some suspension and tires, and you're having
You
a
can
good
just
time.
you can drive it 10 tenths the whole time.
Yeah, like you just know when it's gonna go sideways, but you can correct it. And it's all good.
I feel the same way about my E30 though. I feel like it's very drivable. Like it doesn't feel like it's going to kill me. So maybe it's set up a little bit.
And
But also, I haven't drove an E36 on a racetrack yet, so I feel like I
It's
need
not
to
that much
experience
different though.
I want to experience
don't think it's
the
that much
wheelbase is pretty similar, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think it's
the
that
wheels-
much different.
Right? Like it's,
Yeah, and I've got E36 power, so
Yeah.
you know,
like
it's very
you're-
similar.
It's not
but
overpowered. Like
I don't know. I gotta drive. Well, I've got to drive someone's E36 on a racetrack at some point.
I don't know if I'm gonna have any NA ones for a while. Mikey, school us on M50B30 stroker. Okay, so literally you just take it apart, throw in the M54B30 crankshaft, which is the exact same part number as an S6 or S52. Throw in the M54B30 rods, throw the M54B30 pistons in, and you're done. If you want to, the ideal setup would be S62 cams, but if you also want to continue not spending a lot of money, use the M54B30 intake cam, and then run the, if you can find it, an M50 non-Vanos intake cam as your exhaust cam, and you will have a pretty badass M50B30.
Kyle said he gave Stash Cam a ride in his turbo.
It was on stash cams.
I didn't see the video.
They were rolling like 4 deep. Yeah, they were 4 deep. Yeah, it says it right there.
Yeah, 4 deep. I need to watch that video.
850 Ci, sexiest two-door BMW ever. Am I right? The answer is only yes.
Yes.
E31s are pretty fucking good looking. I would say though that you said CI. I assume you also mean CSI. The CSI bumpers do add a lot to the car and the mirrors.
High compression S52.
I think that's a great idea.
yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd be into that. I
Yeah.
didn't want to see it.
It's kind of like the reason you buy like a E90 M3 versus a 335. Like you can make more power for way cheaper, but I just think high compression fast NA is just cool.
Yeah, high revving, high compression NAs are just they're cool.
Guy in the green hat looks like Ronnie Rack from Escape the Fate. Who's in? Is that you?
It's you. You have a
That
green
kind of
hat.
green. It looks
It's
greenish.
gray.
It
Unless
looks
someone's
green on there.
really colorblind and they think mine.
No, it kind of looks. It like kind of looks green.
I
on
don't know
TV.
what
I
it's.
guess, yeah, I guess it could be like a army green.
That's
maybe.
just the TV too, and
Yeah.
the cable.
I
That's not what is being streamed.
That's definitely the guy in the green hat.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Or it could
Escape
be-
the
if they're
Fate is. You
colorblind,
guys
they
know what
could be
that
talking
is?
about you.
It might be.
I don't know.
DBO Champagne
ZHP
Series?
cams. I think ZHP cams
car.
are bullshit. As someone who's driven ZHPs, I don't think they're worth anything.
Nah, that doesn't feel. any
Yeah,
different.
no, like I don't know why people pay money for ZHPs. They're not any different than a 330i. Like, I don't know. I've driven both multiple times, and anytime I've driven a ZHP, I'm like, wow, this is totally worth an extra $5,000. No, I've never thought that. E36 M3 versus ZHP. E36 M3 is a way better car in my opinion. It's worth the money you pay. But a ZHP, I don't get why people would spend money on a ZHP at all. You can't really tell a difference.
So E46 M3 is one of the most thrilling cars I've ever owned driven. So I have some E46 M3 experience, but really not that much. I've owned
They're
quite a
not
few. of
bad
them.
cars. They're good.
It's like
They're just
Zach has
maintenance heavy.
driven an E46 M3 that I've owned more than I've ever driven.
I've driven a lot of E46 M3s. They're really good. They're
So-
good.
so we'll
they're
see.
just compared to an E36, they're way more maintenance, way more just here. And then like compared to an E36, you just don't have to do much to keep it going.
What about
But-
like driving experience again? Do you feel like
I
is it similar in
personally
the way
like
that they
so I'm
drive,
personally
handle,
all
feel?
about driving experience, and the lesser of the car, the older of the car, you always get a better driving experience. Like an E46 is still like a little too numb. It's a little too heavy. So like an E36 you get just lighter, more direct feeling, and it's just smaller. So
E46.
I'm always
or
gonna be in the
E36.
camp of older, smaller car, lighter.
What about newer? Have you drove any of the newer like 1 Series or 2 Series
Yeah, I've
BMWs?
driven all of them.
Are they comparable? Like I've heard a lot of people compare the new 2 Series BMWs to
So
old
they're
E30s
good.
from
They're
chassis
good.
size
It's
and
just
driver
it's not going to
experience
give
and
you the
stuff like that.
feeling, like the feel you want from the road.
Because of the electronic steering, things like
Yeah.
that.
So the 2 Series have electronic. The 1 Series do not. They're still hydraulic. But
and they're smaller, but they're still heavy.
yeah, so in one series, an E82 is still an E. It's literally an E90. It's the same suspension, everything. Everything's the same. I think even the weight is the same. So
Yeah, it's just slightly shorter.
it's shorter. So
Which isn't better.
it's not. So like new BMWs after E46, E39, they're definitely like they're there. They're cool. They got turbos, but the feeling just isn't there. They're not as direct. They're pretty numbed out. They're still good, really good cars. They're good dailies. They're good cars. I'm not gonna say they're not, but I'm someone who likes driving feel a lot, and so I stick to 80s and 90s cars because of that. Because the driving feel is just so good. You feel everything, and you feel like you're there.
So I see some comments. E24 being best coupe. E24 is a sexy looking car, but
It is. An E24 is, but once you look at it, you're like, that's a wide motherfucker.
But an E31 is just damn. And Jared, the
Yeah.
comments the best has the best B pillars hands down.
Yeah,
'cause it doesn't have
E31.
one.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
have the best B pillar.
E31's hard to
Or-
beat,
or
but
you could
And
say it's
Zach
got the
had
biggest
a
B-pillars.
pillarless Mercedes coupe in his shop, but it had like the seatbelt shit was like
Yeah.
sticking up in the way, and it's like
yeah,
it was
I had
around-
an SEC at the shop.
and it was like damn, the 8 Series is amazing. 11-1 or 11.5-1 ITB's big cams. No, I agree. That would be the shit. Yeah, run S54. Use the Rabbit Racing kit, which I bought a really long time ago. I'm not talking shit on the guy, but I still haven't received it. It's been like 8 months.
What's the chassis code on the Bavaria? That was like the first 5 Series. Was that an E12 also, or is that
E3.
E3?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not
something
really a
like
5
that.
Series. It's like
It's
a-
not.
It's a
No,
mix between a 5.
It's
and
like a 7, I think.
It was like the first. It was like that
Yeah.
size though before the 5 Series.
Yeah.
was a
It was
thing,
their first
right? It was
sedan,
the Bavaria.
right?
Yeah, it was the 4
That
door.
that
it was
one
like the,
came back to my shop. There's a Bavaria in my shop right now.
Yeah, I saw it on the
Really?
street.
I don't
again.
see him
Yeah.
anymore, but my
Yeah.
stepdad had one back in the day, and I love that car. It was a really fun car to
They're
drive.
cool. They're cool.
It's like
It's quite the car.
a big 2002, really.
Yeah,
right?
no, it is. And it's quite the car to drive. Like I feel like back in the day, you definitely were somebody with your Bavaria. You were like, you got your 2-door. What is it, like a Town and Country? That was a car, but like the Bavaria, you were like shifting your gears. You had your big inline 6. You had your 4.
Your
disc
steering wheel was
rotors.
this
It was,
big.
it was a bus
But-
steering wheel for sure. It was a big
you were
wood
taking
steering
turns. You were comfortable. So like it's definitely in the time the Bavaria was definitely quite the car.
So, John, is the E30 Stroker going to be able to keep up with your CRX next year? Probably, but you're not going to see it. It's not going to be there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're bringing Turbo E36, and we're gonna hurt some feelings.
We're
next
gonna
year is the
win.
plan.
Is what we're gonna do.
And also, hey, how many people we got? 44. That's enough. I'm gonna share some new big plans.
Hey.
So, this is probably years away at this point because there's a lot of projects in line. But if you guys watched that last lot tour video, I ended it with a free E36 M3 that I got. It was white. That's not really even a car. I figured out what I'm gonna do with that car. Full on drag car. Like we're gonna cut the front end off. We're gonna tube it. We're gonna put Mustang 2 for an end. We're gonna solid axle swap it. We're gonna put an LS in it. We're gonna twin turbocharge the LS. We're gonna put an auto in it, and we're just gonna try and take an E36 M3 into the 7s. We're not gonna do it with any BMW stuff. Hamish is
You're lucky I was holding it, dude.
doing Mike stuff. But anyway, that white M3 is because I was trying to figure out what to do. I was like, I can put a BMW V8 in it, and then it's like, then what? I have another E36 that makes 300-ish horsepower that doesn't do anything. I don't know. So I'm thinking I like E36s, full on drag car. We're gonna put like, it's gonna do wheelies. It's gonna be cool.
A Mustang front end, you said?
No, like
Yeah, Mustang 2 Summit sells it. It's like a tube you just bolt it on. It has the steering. So it's like $400 for the whole kit. And then we just make tabs to mount the E36 fenders to it and stuff and bumper.
And then LS.
Yeah, I think it just jump like iron.
So
cheap.
just random Ford, Chevy, BMW, Frankenstein. It's just going to be a total schmoo
But just a
of
drag
an
car.
automobile.
Like what they have like a Ford $90 axle in
lay
rear.
it down.
And just
Someone was asking about S62
Yeah, but
DME.
what mic do you have working?
The one in the middle. The one in the middle.
what was up with the S62 DME?
Custom DME company K series, K-Data, or
K-Data doesn't make an S62 DME.
They don't.
No.
Definitely not.
Everybody
Chris,
get into
what
Casey's
was
Jared,
the
Jared
damn-
Brown E30 with 200 to 400 horsepower is the best car experience. I'm with you, man. Thank you, Jared. I'm with you.
So John, you're doing boosted K20. Ooh, so like, is that a like a Civic Si motor or Type R motor? What are you doing? I don't know, man. I want to be in the 9s. I'm just throwing that out, John. I want to be the first one to hit 9s in action at duct tape drags. Yeah. So Ryan, the S60. Yeah. Okay. You're there. Or Rain. How much boost can a stock M60 make? Apparently a lot.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know about like. Hello, team. I don't necessarily know about like boosts, but I've heard about them making 650 reliably on stock internals, which is pretty absurd. And there's a comment down later that says twin turbo the M60, and I'm thinking about the wagon.
That'd be cool.
And it could be reckless and dumb, but
Shit. In that case,
it would be kind of cool.
Twin max speeding rods out of the
Exactly,
hood,
max
like
speeding rods
Leroy
all the way.
style,
Yeah.
right?
It would be to do it just to do it, but it would be there.
So our Estro Blue E36 M3 is really rare. No, I mean it's a really good color, but it's not a crazy rare color. I mean obviously silver and black were the majority of them, but I wouldn't call it a crazy rare color. Like purple is more rare, yellow is more rare. They probably made as many blue ones as they made white ones, to be honest with you.
Yo, purple is the best E36 color.
Daytona or
But
Daytona.
what's rare is
Daytona.
if you can get an
Daytona.
Estro car with not a Dove interior. Estro with a black interior is rare.
that is rare.
What about the Estro with a slick top? The guy that had the Estro slick top at the Golden Era, it was the wagon. It was the Estro
Jared?
E36 wagon with a slick top.
Yeah, but it wasn't an M car.
No, it was like converted.
Was it
But I
No,
thought
no, that's factory all.
Is
It's
it
just a
individual?
sport package.
Oh, with the end bumpers and everything. It was really slick looking car though. I thought
I didn't
that
realize
was
it was-
that was nice.
I didn't realize it was a slick top.
Yeah, I was really blown away by that because I was like, Estro, slick top, touring, plus M package. It like checked all the boxes, right?
It's a cool car.
Yeah.
08 Civic Si motor. Cool. Do I
Justin, you
smell
should want a
a
Daytona
CVO Cletus
Violet.
drag race? That would be really cool, but I feel like by the time I finish that car and I run 8s, he's going to be in the 6s, and I'm not going to stand a chance. So I will probably never be racing against him. Yeah, he has like Texas Speed backing him with LSs. I'm going to be like junkyard all the way until I figure it all the way the fuck out before I put any money into one.
It's pretty easy.
Ethan's calling me out.
Ethan?
Ethan's calling me out.
Where's Ethan at?
Where's Zach's
At the
Daytona
bar.
E36?
Oh, he's calling you out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's under a cover in his shop.
It's around. It's still not done. I took it apart to fix it, and then I never put it back together. But
it was a wheel sale.
yeah, so it was like not put together correctly sometimes. But I'm trying to put it back together. I haven't had the motivation to put it back together. There is a Daytona Violet E36 M3 around.
Sometimes,
yeah. I have a lot of parts for it. I have a lot of things for it, but I just have not finished it.
He's even got a supercharger for it.
I have a Dynan supercharger for it. I have some nice Vaders. I have an Alcantara headliner for it. So I just need to like put effort into it and finish it. But
He's got other shit.
I don't
Chance.
know, there's so many cool things to distract me.
So DME, I don't actually know what a 380 DME is, but literally any M20 B25 DME is interchangeable. So I think there's 3 or 4 of them. It doesn't matter what the number is. There was like a slight difference from, I think if you have a really early car, Zach and I got in an argument about this and he was right. So there was 87s with Motronic 1.1s, but the only difference was the diagnostic port.
Hey, wait a minute! I gave you $100 because I was wrong.
You were wrong about that car.
Oh,
Because that
okay.
car wasn't.
That's right. Okay.
But yeah, the DME doesn't really matter. They all had the same tune on them pretty much.
Oh, Ryan wants to buy it, Zach. Just sell it.
Yo, you know so like, I tell people I have a purple E36 M3, and they ask me, I'm like, what do you drive? I'm like, I have a purple M3. Like, is that a Daytona M3?
You tell people you drive it?
No.
Okay.
Just checking. Whoa. And then, like, it's when I say it's purple and it's Daytona, people like freak out. So I think the purple M3 is like the desirable one. Mm-hmm. It's also personally my favorite color for an E36 M3. That's why I bought it. But no, it's not for sale.
John, you saying you're trying to buy some rear-wheel drive through a K24 in? I support that. Buy something.
No, Kyle's right though. We do have a lot of cool shit that needs to be put together.
So, Kyle, I got it.
He's right. Kyle's right. We have a lot of cool shit that needs to be put together.
It's mainly me and Zach, I would assume, that you're talking about, and I figured it out. We just have to somehow get rich so that we can just pay people to build our cars.
Yeah, I'm into that. Well,
we've acquired enough money to be able to buy the cars.
Yeah.
But we haven't acquired enough money to pay people to finish them yet.
My whole thing is, it's like, oh, this is a car I've always wanted. It's half apart. I'm gonna buy it. Yep. And then I don't get to it, but I own it, so I'm like, cool. I bought a car I've always wanted, but I'm not gonna drive it because it's half apart or it's not where I want it. So.
But I own it.
Yeah, so I've bought a lot of cars that I've always wanted, but they're just not good to drive because they need all the work. But I just bought them because I was like, cool. I could afford that. I'm gonna buy it. I've always wanted it. And so yeah, if I could just pay somebody to like finish my shit, that's where I'm at now.
I wish I had money to do that.
Yeah. Because I just keep buying cars, but I don't finish them. I don't finish my cars.
John, I don't have anything to give you, man. All my cars are pieces of shit that I have to sell.
No, for rear-wheel drive stuff for the Honda.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Lightbulb said anything's for sale at the right price. Do you think he's talking about Hamish's car?
Por qué no, Stos?
I think he wants to pay $15,000.
That's fair.
Yeah,
you want to build an
E30s are fetching a lot of money.
An S62 420G AMG Hammer. I mean, you would get
for some reason.
You would get a lot of internet fame. I don't know if it'd be worth it. I think the V12 and the AMG Hammer is plenty cool enough.
Yeah, Kyle gets it.
Well, don't you guys have don't you have a V12 out of a 750 or something like that sitting around that you could throw into something tiny to make your own hammer?
I have a few of them.
Your own hammer.
Yeah. You know,
your
like
own hammer.
There's two V12s sitting on stands right.
Yeah, just like grab a BMW V12 and throw it in Tinky. I know they're garbage, but that'd be.
They're not garbage. They're good engines.
Yeah. It's a hammer then, right?
Kyle's right. I work on cars all day. I don't want to fucking go home and work on my shit. Even on my weekends, I'm like, I don't want to work on shit all day. I work on that shit all day every weekend or every day.
So Eric, with the values of M cars shooting up, where do you guys think the values of the next hot inline models will be in 5, 10, 20 years? E.g., 540, 330, E34, 540. So
E36s are definitely going to go up.
They're going to be the next E30s.
Yeah, I think E36 are going to go up. I don't know about E39s just because the rest of the car kind of falls apart.
Well, the problem with E39s is any M5 people is already overhyped, and E39s are already worth $30,000. M5s.
Well, he's saying the next in line models. We're not talking about M cars. We're talking about like
okay.
540.
I've said this to both of you guys before, but E36 I think is like the new S.
Yeah,
chassis,
no,
because they're affordable right now.
Right.
S chassis unobtainium.
Well, they kind of already
but for
are.
like good performance cars, like
Yeah.
you're talking about, they're just good drivers.
Yeah,
cars.
no,
you can throw any engine in an E36 chassis. It doesn't
sure.
matter. You just
And
need
they're all
the
getting,
shell.
they're all getting wrecked.
Like it's like the white M3 that you have.
Yeah.
M3. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
an E36 is an E36.
I'm sure we've
right?
all
So-
seen E36 M3s are now $10,000 for a shitty one. So,
But no, I would say I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, inflation is set aside from this. So I would say in today's money, I wouldn't be surprised if E39 540s were $20,000 in 10 years from now.
I could see that.
And $10,000 in today's money.
We used
Or
to buy
20
we used to buy them for $1,500.
$1,500, and now they're like $7,000.
Yeah.
So E46 330, it's a lower model. E34 540s I think are gonna shoot through the fucking roof, especially the 6-speed ones because they only made 1,500 of them in the U.S.
Yeah.
So they're already, if you can find one for under $10,000, it's already a deal, which is
Yeah.
stupid. And then there's Jason Grace's car, which was, about as built as a 540 could be. And then apparently it sold for $63,000 on Bring a Trailer. So
Don't
you hear,
Bring a Trailer's
Alex's
stupid though. You can't go by those
perspective on this
prices.
from Glenn Shelley? He was saying that the next E30 M3 is going to be the first generation STI, the hot boy. Like that will be the next one to like shoot through the roof in like 10 to 20 years.
Like the blob-eye ones?
Yep, first generation
It's because he
STIs.
currently has one for sale.
Well, and like, but he makes a good argument.
He does.
And he makes a very good argument for as to why like the E30 M3 was that sort of like hot boy kid car back in the 80s and 90s, and now the STI, if you can find them unmolested, which is very rare, they're going to be the next ones to really shoot the roof. So non-BMW related, but if you can find one, maybe.
Except you got to hang out with Subaru people, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you vape and you're into like smelling like strawberries, then.
Yo, Mike has it made. He said he fixes yachts for a living. You could have fix a yacht and go out to sea and test drive it.
They don't smell like moldy feet.
I'm jealous of that. I want to fix yachts. That's pretty cool.
Moldy feet.
I bet you find some cocaine in some cabinets. This is a fucking yacht.
Yeah, Jared, E36 or E30 shooting up like crazy. So there's a car that I sold. It's an E30 for $1,000 in 2018. I bought it back this year, hoping you guys get to see it maybe this weekend if I ever go. I bought it in July. Nobody of you guys have seen it yet because I never went and picked it up, and I thought I lost
You're
it.
off the screen.
Coming back. And but I paid $4,000 for it to buy it back, and it doesn't have an engine. So I'm just gonna throw that out there, and it's not an M3 or something special. It's just a E30. So not even a coupe. So
the vert.
It's got a hardtop.
That's why.
Do you guys have any interest in ever building any Alpina hearted Schnitzer replicas in the future? I would be into it. It's just like finding all the parts is like you just get bent over.
What?
The 5 Series twin turbo was that
B10.
the B10?
B10 bi-turbo.
B10 bi-turbo.
So, in fact, yes, I have a Calypso wagon, and I feel like Calypso is not an Alpina color, but it is it's like the right tone. So
the vibe's right.
The vibe's right.
Yeah.
Vibe's good. I want to build an Alpina B10 bi-turbo wagon with the Calypso wagon. I want a twin turbocharged M30, and I have an Alpina front bumper on the car already, and I think it'll be great. Value in 10 years of a 2001 E38.
Short wheelbase with S70.
And a 6-speed.
Dude, that's already valued.
Yeah, that's like a 40 grand car, I feel like. 35.
Okay,
no,
so
it is an E38. They're weird.
No, that'd be more than that.
I saw one.
They're
for
weird,
like
man.
No, I mean, there was like a V12, just a stock one that was like 40 grand.
That's true.
So I think that's cool, but the only problem is like the E38s never came with M70s. So putting an S70 in it kind of
It seems weird.
Yeah, I don't think you would get the amount of money that engine's worth.
Yo, Chris is just lowballing you. He just wants the S70.
I don't think that adds to the... It doesn't add as much value as the engine is worth to the value of the car. I think a short wheelbase 750i with a 6-speed in a 2001 Sport Package E38 would be worth almost the same amount, and you wouldn't have to like have a $20,000 engine in it.
I agree with that. Yo, someone's trying to get my Racing Dynamics body kit. Sell me the Racing Dynamics body kit. You are never going to get around to using it. All right, you're kind of right about that.
But you risked your life.
But
for that kid.
wait a minute.
$1 million.
He's right. I am never going to get around to using it, but I have dreams of using it. And I have dreams of putting it on a HE53 Calypso car. And I'm not going to let my dream die. It's already paid for.
What engine do you want to put in that car?
So, I do have a 4.6 X5 46IS engine sitting in my shop for that car. And so it's an HE53 Sport Package E34 Calypso that one day is so far out, and I'm not good at finishing cars, but it's going to have the Racing Dynamics body kit, some cool wheels, a 46IS M62 in it, and maybe a supercharger on it. We'll see. But yeah, I'm sorry, I just can't let it go. I can't let the Racing Dynamics body kit go. I spent a lot of money on it too.
All right, what we got? Colby loves your guys E34. Man, we got a lot of E34s. Glad you love them. What's up, Raymond? You're cute. Why don't you come hang out?
Rear mount
I'll
in
bring
an
cash.
E34 wagon?
So Garrett, that's a very popular picture that goes around. That's like a hype beast picture though. It's the engine was not rear mounted that was in that E34 wagon. It was the V12 was in the front of the car and it was hauling around another V12 because it was a wagon. So it wasn't a rear mount engine. But
could we engineer that? That'd be like near impossible.
Yo,
Could you
we
find a
should- we
transaxle
should-
for a mid-engine V12.
yeah, just buy a
wagon
McLaren
deal?
F1 one.
It would be like the.
sitting on eBay.
Well, no,
Yo,
it's-
we should
well,
build
yeah,
an
it's
E34
just fine.
wagon
Yeah, right.
mid-engine
transaxle.
with
Sure.
a V12 in it. That would be cool.
Wouldn't it be? It'd be like that Renault Espace F1. It was a minivan. That was
Yeah,
changed.
Espace.
The Espace
Yeah,
F1. That
Espace,
thing was
yeah.
amazing.
Right,
That'd be
you only
cool.
paid $5,000 for an S70.
Bro,
where do you live?
I will give you $6,000 right now for your S70. I will come right now with my Ram.
I'm trying to buy an S70 that's in a car, and the car is expensive. If I could get one for $5,000, I would just do that.
Yo, I'll give you $6,000. I'll come right now.
It is a good idea, Garrett, but man, that would be like I'd be devoting years to try and get that to work.
Yo, I'm gonna go pee.
Cody, so right below us is my M52 Turbo E36. It's blown up.
Very nice of you to call any of these people in this room knowledgeable.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Thanks.
The internet.
But
Nothing matters.
I want to take that car on Rocky Mountain Race Week next year, which is in the beginning of June, I believe. So that car should be up and running with a new M52 turbo setup that should be fairly budget friendly and hopefully make around 800 horsepower. I'm a little scared about the 800 horsepower mark because I guess that's where everything else in the car starts breaking. So that's cool if my engine makes that much power, but if I just start destroying the rest of the car, then no bueno. But either way, we'll figure it out. But yeah, before next June. S52 swapped E30 values in the next 10 years. I think it depends on the car more than the engine, but I wouldn't be surprised if those hit 10K because eventually we're going to run out of E30.
They're there, aren't they?
They're already there.
Oh, did I say
I think
10K?
I think it's gonna
Yeah, you
like
said
kind of.
10.
I meant to say 30K.
It could plateau though. I think there's like a potential with those cars, like the engine, like you said, it's the engine, it's the chassis. It depends on how good's the chassis, how good is the engine, and then like how good was the swap done.
And I agree.
If it's really clean and it's like rye wired and it's you know amazing, sure, like 30K probably, but
I think the big thing is going to be is the supply is going to run out. Like you can still buy an E36 like wrecked car on Copart now, and like you're going to get eventually those cars aren't going to be just wrecked on a daily basis.
well,
anymore.
E30s are already way on the decline. I mean, I've been seeing E30s in the classifieds in the back of the BMW CCA magazine with well over 100,000 miles that are getting $12,000 with a stock M20 in it. Right?
So I was
Yo,
I
could
was
you
at- I
imagine
was at
paying
Glenn's-
$12,000 for an E30? What a fucking
Stock
loser!
E30 bird.
So I was at Glen
Fast forward
Shelley
10
today,
years.
and they have a car called Marge. It's the Village bicycle. It keeps coming back. I think they've sold it 5 times. Glen Shelley's only existed for like 6 years, so it tells you how many times the car's been sold back. They just sold it again. This is a red 325 IS that has paint issues. It's red. It looks good, but it's original.
I fucking know that car.
Everybody knows that car. It's got gray interior.
Oh,
It
I
just
don't know
sold
that
for
car.
$20,000. It is not pristine. It doesn't have a crack-free dash. It is not a perfect car. It's a very nice driver. It's very
Oh my
well
God.
maintained.
Could you imagine paying $20,000 for an
$20,000 they
E30?
just got.
We were all buying E30s for $5,000. They were nice.
How much
If
can I
that.
sell my
$2,000.
I bought my E30 for
I got
$1,200.
$500.
I mean, it's a 325 IS.
No,
Plastic bumper.
nope.
Like late model car.
Yo,
It's
we were
the
all
one to
buying
have, but it is
E30s.
like
I bought a 318 IS
2
in
years ago, it was like an
2012.
$8,000 car.
No, it's E30s are stupid. They're worth money, but like, come on.
They're
just
gonna
stop.
get the chassis are gonna get just like E36s as
Oh,
they deteriorate.
he
they will-
says here's another S70 for sale. Where's the S70? Where's the link?
Yo, we all want it.
Where's the link?
Let's bid.
the link?
It sounds like he's in Germany.
Give me that. Give me that.
Where's the link?
Like, I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry, man. But it sounds like he's in Germany.
Chainamacha.
Oh.
What?
Chung.
I think he might own
Eric,
an apology as
that
well.
there's no rental available flash, so you can tune the M62 DME. I don't know whichever is the Vanos one that the P46 is. That's tunable just like the E36 DME. So there's no real big issue on the tune there. But where's the fucking S70 at? Garrett, stroker M52 turbo. Nope, it's gonna be another 2.8. I'm not gonna stroke it. I don't think there's any reason to be bigger than a 2.8 for forced induction reasons. Or if you're going forced induction, there's no reason to make it any bigger, unless you want to make all of the power in your building.
Anybody else need a beer? He's good.
I need a drink. Can I take a shot, somebody? E34 535 worth now and in the future. Okay, dude. E34 535 5-speed. Factory LSD car.
Those are already going up.
I feel like today a good one should be 10 grand. I don't think they're
Oh,
quite there,
no,
but
I
I
don't know
think
about
they
that.
should be. In the future, though, there were so few M5s. It's like I feel like
Yeah.
that. There's no reason those can't be 20K. A 325 IS now is 20K, and because M3s went up so high.
E30s are so overhyped, though.
Facts. Fuck them.
Raymond says he'll come next time. Hopefully.
Raymond? The Raymond I know?
Yeah.
I hate them, dude.
Only because you're trying to swap.
Someone wants me to do a donut.
Raymond, where the fuck are you?
I'm
Show
not driving
up.
anything tonight.
Also, how do we say your name?
Ryan Ammacher.
Whistling Diesel gonna get his hands on an 850 CSI.
Ryan.
That's the
Ryan.
first
Ryan.
Whistling
Ryan.
Diesel
Ryan.
video where I'm
No,
sad.
that's Ryan.
It's Ryan.
Ryan.
That's when I'm
Ryan.
sad that Whistling
Ryan.
Diesel
Ryan.
got
I'm
something
still
and destroyed
ruining
it.
it.
Is when
No,
he's
that's
got
a
an
different
850
guy.
CSI.
No,
Not really.
Yes, that's
But
how you
okay.
pronounce that.
Sure.
Yo, shout out to that guy.
So it says no, it's Ryan Amaker. Down the bottom.
That's what we're arguing about right now.
yeah. But also Ryan.
It's just Ryan. You know,
Ryan.
like normal. Ryan.
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 Ann.
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 Ryan.
It depends where you're from. Ryan.
E28s are not going to go up as much anymore.
Do you see what Kyle
I feel
did?
like
Do you see what
E28s.
Kyle did? They sold a fucking 62,000 mile 535i for 28K. So that was an E28.
Holy shit.
Under 100K though, on the odometer.
But it's $28,000. That's like E20, like E28 M5 prices.
I mean, they're just becoming more and more rare though, right? Like, how many have gone to the scrapyard? You talk about how many have been built. How many are still on the road? How many have you like sent to the scrapyard? How many
None.
E36s have you sent to the scrapyard?
All of them.
Right? Like,
Do you
how
remember
many
when you
chassis
scrapped
are
two
you
M3s?
responsible for taking
is
off
gonna-
of the road
of
and
the-
turning
of the-
back?
I
That's
scrapped,
what
I scrapped
I'm
two
trying to
M3 coupes on the same trailer at the same time. I stacked them on top of each other and smashed them.
E36 M3s.
And
Yep. I was there for that.
shells.
Did you take
Yep.
a picture?
No, I didn't even know what they were doing. I didn't understand the significance. I was
This
just
man
there to
is
hang
wholly
out.
responsible for driving the value of E36s
Literally.
up.
Hamish helped me kill a perfectly
I have-
good E39 M5 that we scrapped.
That was good though. I cut myself in the face. I paid for that.
He stabbed himself with scissors. He was trying to fucking cut a harness.
And I
He
was using
slipped and he
scissors.
stabbed himself in the face with the scissors.
That was
That
like
was the M5 telling you, don't crush me.
That was like my second time working here.
It was like, things are going up.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, you bought that 190E for the dude? They're going to make a cool race car? That's cool. Hi, Daniel, also.
Yeah, hi Daniel.
Somebody lives in the People's Republic of Portland. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Portland's tight, actually.
Don't you
We're
wanna
in
move there?
Denver, but we're not as free, too.
I like Portland. They don't have any sales tax. They just have
Yeah, well, they
ridiculous
also
income
have
tax.
stupid mindsets. So.
Don't you want to move there?
I
John,
do, but not
You
anymore.
didn't miss much. It's us from a... Daniel says kill all E36s. I don't know about all that.
Except E36 M3s. They're pretty good.
So you could drive
Jared.
out to get that S70 in Portland. It's,
Hamish,
it's
Jared-
a short drive.
I'll drive.
Jared
Fuck
wants
it.
to know how you met me. Tell a story. I'm a drink.
I got a
Ah.
trash finder now.
All right.
Let's go.
I met Chris where all good people meet good people.
Craigslist.
Yes.
Why don't
Is it zoomed in? Why don't you zoom it out a little bit?
Oh, that's a pretty genius move.
Like,
Yeah.
Or move the camera.
Yo.
Oh! Push the screen.
All right.
Oh, this is sponsored by Dell.
Okay. Yeah, I met Chris on
No,
Craigslist.
you're just gonna leave it. Okay.
I was but a wee child in college. You know, just working my wares, selling my wares. I was in school for marketing and
I don't know what's in there. You should taste
business. Is that a
that
mystery
looks like
bottle?
water.
it. It's from my house.
Yo.
Or something. It might be just
Okay.
vodka or something.
Someone's talking shit. No wonder he can't drive a manual. Who can't drive a manual?
Who can't drive a
I
manual?
want to know who can't drive a
I can drive a
manual.
manual. Why can't I drive a manual?
You can't drive a manual.
Who can't drive a manual?
I like how he assumed it was about him.
Okay,
It's Leroy.
carrying on. No, I got my car broken into when I was in college for marketing, but
Oh, DK.
I like left my car key in the passenger seat of my car.
Daniel.
And that I have a push to start system in my E38, so I just use the car key to unlock and lock the car. Like it's worthless as a key to start the car. So I like left it in the car, left a bunch of shit in the car, my camera, my laptop, everything, and you know, in the morning it was stolen. And so my mom was
Oh, no,
like,
it's
if
horrible.
they have the key to your car, you should probably go and buy new door locks for your car with a matching key.
Oh.
I hit this guy
Taste
up.
us.
You're
No.
drinking. You're drinking.
The day he
It's
got
going all
back
the way
from
around.
Florida
Fuck
with
that.
the
No, yeah,
R32
you're drinking. Fuck
GTR. I actually haven't seen the
I have a
R32
vagina.
GTR drive.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yeah, I took it to paint and I picked it up from paint.
The Jeep that?
Yeah,
You took that to paint?
yeah. Because I ran a Ford truck into the side of it.
Ryan can't drive a manual.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Ryan can't drive a
Shots
manual.
fired.
So yeah,
That's not water.
I met
Yeah,
Chris
it's not.
when we
It's
got
I
the-
just look at it. I'm like,
That's
I'd
not
totally
water.
rather right here. There it is.
So yeah, so Hamish came to buy parts for his E38 for me, and then he asked to like if he could replace his hub on his E38 because he had to go on a road trip and it was really bad because he had tried to replace a wheel bearing or something and fucked it up. And I was like, yeah, dude, you seem like a cool dude. You can come hang out, pay me some money. I was like, buy me a press and you can do the work. And he was like, done. And we hung out, and then Will and I, you know, we were like, dude, this kid wants to hang out, and like he's not expensive. Maybe he can film videos, and that's how it started.
Cheap day.
I also like
So child labor.
yeah.
essentially.
Well, I was of age. Okay.
It was consensual.
Yeah.
Like I just same mindset.
But no, on the day that I showed up, there was somebody asking Will for a job. And they were like, no. And I was like, well, this is a place I want to work with. I think I'll just keep my mouth shut. And so over time, like, I knew a shit ton about E38s, but that's all I knew. So I like was telling Chris a bunch, and he had a few in the lot, and I was like, "Well, you can sell this for this money, and you can sell."
You
that
were
for
in
that
the
money."
Empire.
Yeah, I was in E38 Empire is an excellent group. If you have
He
an
was
E38,
in the Empire.
You were 17? No.
No, I
You were-
was.
No, you were
She's
like
only
19,
18.
20,
Like the
Yeah.
Rolling Stones.
19, 20, yeah.
You were a minor the first year at Grid Life for sure.
No, I was
Yeah.
underage for drinking.
Yeah, a minor.
Yeah.
He turned 21.
Which minor?
He turned 21
Not at the
at
first
Roadkill.
Grid Life. 3 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
2 years ago was the first one we went to.
Oh, that
You
was
can't
3 years
talk,
ago.
you're
We
off
didn't go in
camera.
2020, buddy. We missed
So that was still just
You're
2
off
years
camera.
ago.
You can't
So we're
talk.
on 2021.
So it was 2 years ago and 2 months. Or 3 months.
Somebody asked me about the E20 M5. I am not gonna.
He
I
asked if you
do.
still
I do
have it.
still have it. I do still have it. I'm not gonna sell it unless I get a better one, but that probably won't happen. But I'm not gonna get rid of it. So, but I plan to drive it and enjoy it, and so it's
What
sitting.
year do you think it is, Chris?
2021.
Right.
And we went in 2019.
So I was 20.
2021. That's 3 years.
Early model.
You can't count both the years.
We're
We gotta
talking
be
about
in
dumb
one
shit.
of them.
Well, hey, it's
Well, we went in 21. We
It's
went
the
this
third
We
year.
didn't go in 20. It was.
Why are you
it's the
arguing
third
about dumb shit?
I don't know.
It doesn't
It's not
matter.
dumb
None of
shit.
it matters. It doesn't matter.
Chancewell, are there any early model E30s
There's
with
not.
electronic 1.3? Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
1.3 was like 91, wasn't it?
No, 1.3 started in late '87.
You need some pets.
No, it
It's
didn't.
cold.
This is what we figured out.
This isn't.
88s all have 1.3.
Do they?
And late 87s have 1.3. Only early 87s had 1.1.
Todd.
I feel like 1.3
Joel's
was
right
like
there.
a late thing. Missing
Oh, no,
Joel.
Oh,
Joel's
really?
like right there.
Joel,
thanks.
hop on in.
Hey, he is in. He's right
I'm
there.
here, but not here.
He is
I tend
here.
to be off camera more.
Or no, you're here. Look,
Yeah, no,
you're,
I get no.
You're
Yeah,
in now.
yeah.
So
Did
Daniel,
Nick, did Nick just rage quit?
you smoking?
What?
He probably went to pee.
Oh.
I'm gonna give Alice some love.
Daniel, we're talking about grid
Todd,
life,
thank
not
you.
duct tape.
This is
drive.
falling
Thanks,
apart
Red.
fast.
Huh?
I said this is falling apart fast. Everyone just disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm back. I was just giving Alice some
In-
love.
Interest is inversely proportional to the number of beers consumed.
That's fair.
All right, I'm gonna beg for money. I don't know what this
I-
is, but if anybody wants to pay me, I'll take a shot of it.
Oh yeah, you need to take. You have to
That
have
stuff
money to
is
drink
rough.
That,
That
Hey,
shit's
yeah,
rough.
We'd love to drink this, but we simply can't.
Yeah, we
Until
can
we
drink
have-
it.
Oh, I said it. We're good.
I have to drive my
Someone's
truck
got to pay
home,
him money.
So
I
not
took that
gonna
one for
do
free,
that.
and that's yeah.
I'm not gonna drive.
I've had
Penis.
worse second dates,
So you guys can kill me tonight. I'm gonna get a piece of pizza.
or better second dates.
Well, he just came out of the flags with a pizza. Nice.
The freedom flags bring pizza.
Yo, so does the
what?
chat have anything
Freedom
to say? We got 37 people watching. What's going on with everybody?
It says the stream started 4 minutes ago. What happened?
Yeah, that's been like that. That's when we opened the webpage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people will miss an awful lot.
Yo, there's no chat going on.
Dude,
We got Daniel with the pizza
you
sandwich.
gotta have both of them always, both sides.
Yeah, Chris is really good at showing up to a party and eating all the pizza at once. He's just like, this is my pizza, and he takes 2 slices at once per eating.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of a stalling issue with an aluminum flywheel on an M50?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Josh asked that, and I was like, it doesn't sound super like a aluminum flywheel issue.
oh, look at you!
Oh,
It's like stacking
right?
rocks.
Yeah, stacking rocks, stacking.
Oh.
For you.
Crash.
Oh.
Apparently
Chris
not
Markey,
that
what
terrible.
kind of E30 is it? I mean, 4K is reasonable. What is it?
I just talked to my friend about. Oh, hey! Somebody donated.
No, that's
Thanks,
Leroy.
Leroy.
And hey, check out Good Karma Canines for some good canines.
Yeah, seriously,
making
Leroy,
good
can
karma.
you put like, links in there? Like, link your channel. Or just click on his channel.
We could check out some dogs.
Dude, we should watch some Leroy videos.
We should watch some Leroy.
Let's watch some Leroy.
Okay. I'll say.
Are you gonna break the? Wait!
Yeah,
Don't break
I
the
know.
chat.
I know.
Don't
You
break
guys
the chat.
Diego.
Dodge makes it, come and shakes it, baby. Shout out to that. I'm into that. Dodge makes terrible.
What? You'll pay me to finish your S52 swap? I mean, okay.
Dodge makes terrible trucks, but the engines are good. Cummins only.
Ryan, I told Chris where the S70. Oh, did you Facebook me or Instagram me or something? That's cool.
I want to know where the S70 is.
Yeah, don't tell Zach. 'Cause he'll buy
Yeah,
it
we got to
before me.
race to the S70. We got to race to it.
What would you put an S70 in?
Nothing. I'm just gonna hoard it.
Just put it on a
I'm just
stand.
gonna put it on a stand.
If I can find the S70, it's going in the fucking E34. Like, right
If I
the
gotta
fuck
buy
away.
an S70, it's going in the corner. Mike's taking a
good for you.
dab.
Good for you.
It's rum.
That's what I thought. That's
Is
like-
it?
It's definitely
I'm not a
rum.
big rum fan.
It smelled pretty bad.
I'm not a big rum fan. That's why I figured I reacted the way I did. Because
The clear stuff is rum.
It's rum.
that stuff is.
There's
well,
like
not
pizza
rum.
crust hanging out here.
Right, who doesn't eat the whole pizza?
This is a Hamish thing.
So, Chris, If it doesn't have if it's a crack-free dash, it has an M20 in it, and it's a manual, $4,000's a great price. I don't even care if it's an ETA.
Is it humid in Denver? No, it's
No,
never
the
humid.
opposite-
Never.
the opposite
I
of
think
humid.
out of this whole year, we had one or 2 days it was humid because of it was raining a lot, but that's it. And other than that, it's dry as shit here, which is nice.
Are you coming to
The
make
most
clips
humid
work?
place in Denver is your shower.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's not.
You got to go
humid
to
at all.
Good Karma Canines on Facebook. It's the V12 in a BMW 850 CSI. It was only in the CSIs. The 850i's had an M70 or an M73. These ones were 5.6 liters, made 375 horsepower, still single overhead cam, but it's an S engine, which only came in M cars, and 850 CSIs had WBS VINs, not WBA VINs. So even they didn't have an M in the title at all, they were made by BMW Motorsport. The engines are Motorsport engines, and they're the shit. And an S70/2 is the engine in a McLaren F1, which is a completely different engine, but it has the same name. So,
Yo, I can't see the chat anymore.
That way.
Oh, you wanted the
no,
other way?
no.
All right,
No,
do what you gotta do.
It's easier to read over there.
Zach's just bitching. You're good.
Yeah, I'm just complaining. You're good.
Oh, you wanted the clip over here, my bad. I can do that.
You can do whatever
doesn't
you want.
really matter.
Just do whatever you want.
There you go.
What is going on right now?
Oh, dude's got skills though.
He is. He is.
We are we're juggling some shit.
E30 headlight intake. Someone's racing.
That's what Hamish was doing for work today.
E30 headlight intake.
What are you doing? He's like, looking at intakes for my car.
E30 headlight intake.
So we're watching a clip, right?
Yeah, Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
Did they send a link?
It's K9, Good Karma Canines. Maybe we just search that.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Chris, are those 8-foot? No, those are the long shelves, right?
Those are 16 or 12s.
I'm just double checking because
Is that OSHA approved?
that's the best storage you can have. Cheers all around. Did you guys already drink for that?
Cheers.
What's up, John? Only Hamish and I have met you.
Stream.
Well, Daniel, who's in the comments, the oddly specific dude, he met you.
John Phelps. Everyone shout to John Phelps.
But John's cool. He's the dude with the red.
Cheers, John.
CRS.
John.
Cheers, John. This one's a John.
To John.
So I'm on the Good Karma K9 Facebook page.
All right.
Was that it?
Is there a promo video?
I'm logged in on Facebook if you need to go through it.
Yeah.
But you're streaming through the stream.
That's pretty cool.
I'll go.
Yo, look at
An
the
infinite mirror.
yeah.
Now you're streaming through the stream,
No,
Just so you
Hamish
know,
likes
this
it
is
like Dell.
this
Oh,
is
you
sponsored
want it?
by Dell
You want it?
Computers.
I zoomed it out so we can fit more people.
I was gonna say,
Look,
should we
we moved
push
the
the monitor
monitor out.
out of
No,
the
I like
frame?
it.
Yo, Dell, send us some shit.
Dell sent us some
You
shit.
said you liked it. Zach was like, move the monitor back, and you're like, I like it there.
Just like that.
Dell
I heard
Computers.
move the camera. And I was like,
Oh,
Apparently
we're
now
talking about
sponsored by Hams.
We're like, oh, Hamish likes it. It says Dell. We're leaving it.
Actually, if we could get a beer sponsorship, that would be fucking rad.
So okay,
We need to hit up Slava. and
We've
we need
been
to make
talking.
our own.
I don't like
There's a few good
Slava's not on here,
Karma
but I'm
K9
gonna
pages,
text
so
Slava
whoever it
and tell him to get on
it'd be
here.
easier to put
Can you click on his chat?
Where is it?
Like scroll up and find him.
Who's calling?
There he is.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I found it with the Z.
all right. This is a good point. So, I want to keep doing these like every Thursday. This is not going to happen every Thursday, though. I'm not going to get all these
This
guys.
should happen every Thursday.
If Zach wants to come, fuck yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I can't like depend on everybody else to come. So I'd like to get like a guest every time if we can get it.
Yeah.
And I would like to keep these going. And I
We
think
should
it'll
get
be
Michael
shit.
Phelps.
Michael Phelps, come
Michael
on every
Phelps.
Thursday.
But
Smoke
I think
weed
it would
with
be
us.
really cool to like if we could get them sponsored, if we get like the podcast sponsored, and if it could be a beer
Michael
company
Phelps
every
is
time,
hot.
and the beer
I'm
company
not gay,
supplies
but
the
I
beer
would definitely let Michael
for
Phelps
the
touch
podcast. That would be my ultimate dream and goal.
I agree. If we can get beer sponsored
beauty,
for the
man.
podcast,
Yeah, beauty is beauty.
That's
Can't,
a
I
jam.
can't argue with that.
Local Denver beer companies would be the ultimate goal, I think. So
Yeah.
the small neighborhood brew pubs that don't can, they're not distributing, right? The people that are doing the same thing that we're doing. It's
Yeah,
small,
if you're
it's local.
building moonshine in your garage, hit us up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out there. When you guys eat pizza, do you eat the whole pizza or do you leave the crust?
Oh,
I eat the crust.
I eat the whole pizza.
I eat all.
If you don't eat the crust, then fuck you.
Yeah, like what is
I'm
it?
just kidding.
I leave the crust on
I'm
Little
just
Caesars.
kidding.
Alice, where you at?
Alice.
hey, she's over here. Hey, go. Come on.
I don't think she likes. You know she might like the crust. She'd eat the
She has
one.
no idea what to do right now.
Oh,
Even worse
the
now.
tower. Alice, you're in the stream, girl.
Yeah, after he threw them on the ground, by the way.
She's like going for the beer now.
This has just gone downhill fast.
She doesn't want that. Yeah, we're losing
she's
viewers.
she's a camera shy.
She's camera shy. We just get dog ass.
She has no idea what to do with that now. She's like, I would
like-
rather go down there.
Come here. Come here. It's okay.
All right, now you're gonna get like
She's so
some
calm
animal
and
rights
nice.
activists on you.
Daniel only eats the crust.
What? The clust?
The crust.
He eats the pizza sideways, so the crust,
shot.
so the crust is consumed with the rest of it. That's,
Oh, so you, instead of going like front to back, you go all the way down the side. So yeah,
do you
totally.
guys remember the Pizza Hut, the stuffed crust, and he's like, you eat it backwards and just,
The stuffed crust was delicious.
So Daniel, what do you do with the rest of the pizza?
gives it to the dog. Or I think you have cats, right, Dan? Do you feed the pizza to your cats?
Feed it to your M60. It's a thing.
I put the crust up my
Did
ass.
you find this stuff, Diego?
I mean, yeah. There's which video? There's
He
like.
said the promo video.
Ooh, Slava's gonna jump in the comments. Maybe we can talk Slava into.
This is now
so-
a podcast. We
No,
got a beer
no.
expert. We got a tuning expert.
This is interesting. So Slava's not here yet, but he's actually starting a company doing spirits, and he's actually talking about doing on-age spirits, which what you end up with is seltzers, right? Which you guys love.
I love me a
So-
seltzer.
Right. So one of the things that he's talking about doing when you're brewing spirits, like you have to let them age for long enough to become whiskey or whatever. But if they're unaged, then that's how you can create seltzers really quickly. You just carbonate them, and you basically add vodka to a carbonated soda, add your flavor to it, and that's your seltzer. So that is one of the markets that he was looking at getting into. I think it'd be really interesting to see if the company that he's building, if we can build a partnership with that, where
So let's do it.
it's not.
I'll be exclusive. It will be the only thing I drink.
It's funny, and I've joked about this, and like the stream can talk about it. We talk about Denver beer and oil all the time, but like half the time you guys are drinking seltzers, so it's really not.
People put it in the thing, be like
It's
Denver
not really-
White Claw and oil.
Yeah.
It's like Denver seltzer and oil.
Too,
It's not
Yo,
really Denver beer and oil.
Seltzers are good, and I don't care what you think.
Does it say it up there? Did somebody talk shit?
Nobody's talking shit about seltzers, right?
No, it's seltzers. All to the cat. My
John, your
M60.
phone died, but you want to come, dude? Come build some cars, man. You can do all the burnouts you want.
Make it coolant flavored. Yeah, bud. Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Dude, I
That
drink
just
it.
tastes like sugar. I mean, it's just glycol, right?
No, it's a cancer-specific flavor.
It's a cancer-specific-
It's gotta give you that.
It's gotta taste a
of,
little
like,
bit like chlorine or
This
something.
will hurt me later, but
So-
for now it's okay.
So, Chance, we inspired you to turbo your B25. Fucking do it, man. So my E30 has stock B25 axles in it, OEM originals from whatever back in the day. and it held 440 on the drag strip, no problem, and I wheel hopped the shit out of it. So I think as long as you have good bushings and all your bolts are tight and there's not like a sudden like surge in everything, like it's loose and it catches up, as long as everything is, you know, in good working order, I think they'll handle 500 horsepower, no problem. DBO Seltzer. Dude, could they name it after us?
Whoa! All right. I hope Slava gets in
we'll call
here.
it
That
the
would be
DBO.
super rad.
The DBO.
That would be
Could
super
be like our
rad.
colors. You could design the can.
Oh my god, dream come true. I've already designed beer cans. I've done that for I've done beer cans for Oscar Blues, but you know.
Oh man, you're so pro.
No, I mean I am super pro. I've been doing this for years, but you know.
Hey, shout out to
Whatever.
Nick in the comments
Yo,
for the
shout
branding,
to
for
Nick.
everything, like for killing it.
Also, E30 sports seats are not Recaro.
For the t-shirts.
They're yours. They're yours. We made that bet, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
They're
we
yours.
did.
They're sitting right outside.
So that one is not
There's
actually
one right there.
That's
It's
not
all-
one of yours. It's another one.
Oh, it's another one that's
Yours
that
is mine.
torn up.
Yeah.
Supposed to
Okay.
That one came with Andrew's card.
turn 10.
Yeah, they're all they
this your turn
belong
tab?
to Zach now.
Oh, that's fine.
Love the shade
we
though.
found a home.
Thanks Zach for keeping me humble.
Daniel,
man. I
I'm
appreciate
not-
it.
we gotta talk shit.
Thanks for keeping me humble,
I
dude.
love you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Good. Cheers, bud. I appreciate it.
I have not opened the engine yet, but I am just gonna pull it, throw it on a stand. Earlier I talked about it. I've acquired another bottom end and another head. We're just gonna build an entirely separate engine, leave it completely stock. We're gonna do another stock head gasket, throw our P's in it, put it back together the same way it was, and then build the engine that was in the car, as long as it's not irreparable. Yeah, we're gonna build that one like crazy, like rods, pistons. If the crank's fucked, maybe we'll throw like a 24 valve crank in it. We'll go wild with it. Chris Markey, best standalone for E34 535i. Fucking K-Data, man. Get on their website. It's 500 pounds. It's less than $600. They have an M30 specific one. It's plug and play. It's better than a Mega Squirt. You can instantly go coil on plug without adding extra. You don't have to go wasted spark GM shit. You can just go straight to LS coils if you want. Like, and it costs nothing. Well, I mean, $500 something is still money, but it's comparatively it is cheap. Kyle, how late do you guys plan on streaming? I don't have any plans to do anything else.
You know, I like the E30 R32 right here getting all dusty. Look
The
at
signal
that.
gives out or everybody passes out.
That's paint protection.
The E30 R32?
What?
Look at the R32 just like all dusty in the stream.
It's a barn find. I'll put that up
Yeah,
for
look,
sale
you can
someday.
see the R32.
It's
all
just an
dusty.
R32, guys. No need to worry about.
Check it out.
You aiming for 9s
Yo,
or 7s?
Everybody be sure to like the video for the R32 in the comment. The cameo.
The video?
No, the cameo of the R32.
It'll never happen.
It's second on the list.
And it's
And the first
how many years of dust is on it right now?
More-
3?
About 3.
3 years of dust.
Does anybody have a 3-year-old? It's as old as
Does
them.
anybody in the chat know which car is actually Godzilla, or do you assume all GTRs are Godzilla?
So, John, am I aiming for 9s or 7s? In the Turbo E36 that I want to bring to duct tape drags next year, I am aiming for 9s. Because the car needs to be worth less than $3,000, and if you're going 7s, that car ain't worth less than $3,000. Need more V8 wagon content and more V8 non-wagon content. Yeah, you and your V8s.
No, you said
RBs do
non-wagon.
sound.
Yeah,
RBs
more.
do
You
sound
said-
sweet. RBs are very sweet. There's a great donut
You know what
video
sounds
on
better
that.
than
Here's a
RB?
shout out to another YouTube channel. There's a great video, the VG versus the RB and why the RB's better, why it became more legendary.
The S38 sounds better.
One of the
than
reasons
RB.
why though is because the RBs sound fucking amazing and VGs sound like giant fucking trumpets. Just like all the new VQs, or what the fuck are... Yeah, the VQ35s.
I wouldn't say new, they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, but the VQs, like all the, Z cars, they just sound like shitty fucking trumpets. Sounds like someone farting into a fucking trumpet.
So Dennis says JDM for life. JDM's pretty cool. BMW's pretty cool.
I don't know. I like JD. There's a lot of good JDM cars though. Like think about okay, so you have 2 Nissan GTRs, you have a Pathfinder. So if you're talking about JDM, you also have a Nissan now.
So I will say,
if
I will say my
like
Pathfinder,
any JDM
though.
car, like what's your favorite JDM car? This is an interesting topic. Like
I've always wanted to own an
R33
FD RX-7.
I really want an FD. I think FDs are super cool. I love the fact that they burn oil and they're totally against this whole electric movement.
Yeah, I've always
it's like a giant fuck you to everybody, right? They're
when
pretty
they were
amazing.
new, though, they weren't about that.
No, but they've always been terribly inefficient vehicles. They don't get good gas mileage. They're not super high.
They were
horsepower.
efficient. They were making power.
No, they're terrible in gas mileage.
They're
not
1.3s that get teens.
Yeah, they're terribly inefficient
Yeah,
motors.
yeah.
Rotaries are not great at all, but they sound amazing.
Yeah.
And you can get a lot of power out of them because they're just no reciprocal mass. It just turns. Right?
Daniel, you guys are building the 190E for Pikes Peak? Aw, dude. So, I'm building an E34 for Pikes Peak. Next year's Pikes Peak. I don't know if I'm saying shit I shouldn't be saying right now because we haven't started, but I have sponsorship and shit is happening, and we're going to take 1,000 horsepower E34 up the peak next year.
Wait, what?
Yep. I don't think I was supposed to say any of that.
Who the fuck is gonna drive that?
This guy.
All right. Nice knowing you, bud. Love you, bro.
It's gonna have very good cages.
I hope so. Holy shit. All right, you heard it here first.
Snowdrift season,
might be
all
less.
Pathfinders. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yo, Pathfinders are the best vehicles ever.
Yo, that new Nissan truck you got is really nice.
That's nice.
It's really nice.
It's pretty good.
It's really nice. So, again, on the JDM thing, Toyota, Nissan, Mazda, where you at?
I want an FD RX-7, although
I do too.
as a fan of Pathfinders and hard bodies, Nissan's pretty cool.
But as a performance car, though, not like a truck, just in general.
Oh,
But-
Daniel, you've been talking to Greg, so you know stuff. We have to apply next week? Okay, we'll apply. So, Nismo 400R is not a Godzilla because it's not an R32, Garrett.
No, it's not.
Message
It's
redacted.
the Nismo 400R is actually an R33,
Yeah,
not an R34.
Did I say R34?
You said R34. It's an R33.
It is an R33. I knew that.
It's not Godzilla. Godzilla is only R32, and it was actually coined by a Australian newspaper when they were dominating everybody back in the early 90s.
Yeah, 1990 probably.
Yeah.
Oi!
So, Nismo 400Rs, though, without Googling, how many Nismo 400Rs were made?
Nismo 400Rs? Like
400.
500? Less than
398. 396.
He knows. Okay, this
No,
man
he's
knows.
looking at me
He's
when I
Google.
say 300s, so it's in the
Wait,
300s.
let me Google it, and you can say it.
You Google it and I'll say it. You tell me when you know the answer and I'll say it.
Wow.
She's back.
Oh wow, Google asked this. Okay, yeah. Now
44.
I know. Yeah. Oh, you know Google. Okay, so Chris is Google.
Hey, Daniel, he said 40. No, 44 of them.
Yeah, 44.
Which, surprisingly, it is not the most rare Nissan. Do you
It's
guys...
the
No,
Maxima.
the Nissan Juke R.
Nope. No,
There's only one Nissan Juke R.
Production car.
Oh,
The
okay.
Maxima.
No, production car.
The Maxima.
What is the rarest... we'll say it's a 90s Nissan car.
The Ultima.
A Sentra.
A Sentra. That's it. That's the one.
We're losing Hamish. So, what is the rarest... What is the rarest Nissan? It was actually a production car. We're not talking like a race car made for the street or some weird homologation.
Oh, the R390.
No.
The Armada.
There were with homologations though with the R390 you have to make at least 100.
Yeah.
So it can't be.
Nope.
Okay,
not
Google.
a V-Spec NER, but those
What
are
is
sick
the
cars.
rarest Nissan
I think they made. I
production
think
car?
they made over 100 of those. Anyway, before Hamish finds it, It is an S14
That's not what this says.
270R, and they made 30 of them.
Say that again.
He read the Wikipedia.
Say that again.
He read it.
It is a Nissan S14 Silvia, and they made 30 of them.
So you know what I have?
What?
It's not. It's just about Fast and Furious.
But that's not a production car.
It's not even an answer though. It's the story of the incredible one-off Nissan GTR R33 L. Okay, well it's not.
So the
not a
R,
production
the
car.
LM is a real car. They made one street legal one, but it's a homologation car.
So I did say production Nissan.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, are we splitting hairs?
I said
R390.
I said not a homologation car.
That's true.
No, it's literally it's a 270R. It's the S14 made 270 horsepower with a SR20. They made 30 of them. So,
What's the best Nissan ever made though? The hard body.
The
Everyone
Pathfinder.
knows that. The
How
Pathfinder.
about I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Say like best JDM car ever.
Kyle, you're completely correct. That's the only reason I know that.
What?
Sounds like Kristen
Best JDM.
He owns one of them.
Best JDM car ever.
R33 GTR.
R33 GTR.
I really like-
B-spec.
I don't
That's
care
your
if it's
dream
It
car.
doesn't matter if it's a B-spec.
Doesn't matter. R33 G.
I really
what do you
like the
say?
Toyota Solara second gen.
Aww.
Did they
You
make
say
2 gens?
FD?
FD in
FD.
red. Fast and Furious with the
My grandma
NOS
has
under
a
the passenger seat.
Super low
Okay.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
It's got an electronic top and it still works.
I'll go on a limb
So
here.
so
Say
Daniel, you were
best
totally
JDM
correct.
car
Those are-
ever is actually the Honda Fit.
No,
No!
you said that. You tried to
said
talk
that
that
at
shit
Grid
in
Life.
Grid Life.
You said that at
And they
Grid
were
Life.
all slow.
No!
You were like,
I
these are the
passed
best
them.
cars. They don't need cage. They're so stiff. And
Honda
like,
Fits suck. They leak.
Best JDM car
Nope.
ever.
Silicone Sally, if I will.
Best JDM car
Nope.
ever.
Honda Fits
Put it
are
out
not
there.
good.
Such an amazing
Nope.
chassis. Best
My
chassis
E30
ever.
wagon has passed multiple Honda Fits on the track. I don't know what he's talking about.
we killed the fits on the track.
Honda
Yeah.
Fit is
Honda
a,
Fit
has a,
is
built,
not-
has
nope.
a built-in roll
Nope.
cage. You don't have to cage a
Nope.
Honda Fit to be in any racing like homologation at all. It's already caged.
So there's for
If
4
if
people.
anyone
is a roll
follows
cage.
regular car reviews, you'll know that they're called Silicone Sally because they leak so much.
So Daniel, you were
Doesn't matter, you
totally
can swap
correct
into the chassis.
about the Juke R. There was a
Chassis.
bunch of Middle Eastern princes and shit that ordered that, and Nissan made them. I do remember reading that. So if you guys know what a Juke R is, it's a Nissan Juke with an R35 GTR power plant, and they all came caged, and they were pretty wild.
They're wide body. There's 2 of them, I think.
No,
Well,
they made quite a bit for like I think he's right about 6. Like Middle Eastern royalty people kept ordering them, and they kept making them at over.
They're pretty amazing.
They were
They're
like $1
like
million
ugly
a
ass
piece.
cars. It was
Yeah.
almost like
Hey!
like Japan's
Ugh.
version of the.
Henry,
Oof.
I don't really want to take this, but it's gross. But I said do it.
It was almost like Japan's
Oh, yeah.
version of the Aztec. It was a very ugly car, but I do have to say the Juke R, the way it was built was. It was a quite capable vehicle, and it actually looked
It was matte
much
black.
better.
It was matte
It looked
black.
much
and
better,
then-
like
Right.
slammed, wide body, like
not.
it was put together properly. It was like a SEMA car,
played
but it
it.
wasn't Bluetooth. Like it actually worked. So
I'm driving the D21.
All right, what are some issues with the M30 swap?
Yeah, find the back.
Size of the engine and heat control. If we're talking about
She wants
E30,
more.
M30
She's never
swaps.
gonna leave.
yo, oddly specific
Hello,
things
I'm here
Honda
for more.
Fit is butts.
I want more.
So that's Daniel. 4 thin bottles of nitrous under the seats, talking RX-7 stuff, Fast and the Furious.
No, but you said Honda Fit is butts. Like Honda
Oh,
Fit's
and
not
John
butts,
works
bro.
for Honda. The Fit is garbage.
That's not true.
Hey, the Fit is garbage.
That's not true at all. Have you drove one on track, John?
John, you drove one on track?
Yo, how would you like to take a cruise around a racetrack? Well, drive a Honda Fit around a racetrack. You know, cruise
Dude,
around.
Chris Markey, Mitsubishi Starion is pretty cool and super underrated. I don't know if it's underrated because everybody I've talked to thinks it's super cool.
Starions are cool as
There's
fuck,
one in
man.
my neighborhood, and like literally, I knocked on the dude's door, and the guy just came to the door and told me the car's not for sale. Do I have any other questions? Like he knew what I was gonna ask.
The Mitsubishi Starion like set the platform for the Dodge Daytona, which is like essentially the same chassis, right? More round and soft. The Starion was like a very
Can I
sharp,
finish my part though?
like box fendered, wide
doesn't
body,
care.
like badass car.
Can I
And
finish
then
my
you have
part?
like the Dodge Daytona, which was
she's
also a
like-
very cool car, but it was like
That's
it looked like it
hard.
should have been
Hard
rear wheel
part.
drive, but it was front wheel
You
drive,
share.
whereas the
Come
Starion was
on.
actually properly rear wheel
With
drive.
box
Yeah.
flares.
Yeah.
Well, the later
Our
ones, the
part.
early ones.
And it's
Alex,
like, that
Alex
was one
tried
of
to
those
sell one
cars
that
that-
wasn't box flares. I didn't know they made
one of the
pizza
first
together.
jobs I had way back in the day, I was a garbage man, which was fucking crazy.
You were
It
a
was
garbage man?
You were
Yeah,
a
just-
garbage man?
Yeah,
Did
just
you
after I
used
got
to
out of high
just
school. I
ash
mean,
your
look
cigarettes
at
in your
I look
arm?
like a garbage man.
So now you're kind of dressed like one.
It was like,
how's the mess?
Right when I graduated high school, I was 18 years old. I worked a job as a garbage man, and there was this kid that worked there who was a little bit older than me, who had a Mitsubishi Starion, and every day that he would show up, my first car was a FA or FB, I guess, first gen RX-7.
The first ones are essays.
I didn't have an SA.
Yeah.
I had an FB. It was like the mix model,
The better
between,
one.
but it was still like
The same, but
An
better.
RX-7.
it looked like a first gen,
But
they're
it was
very
just it was just a
similar.
way better car.
It was still carbureted, had a choke. It still ran like shit. It was a lawnmower. It had a fucking pole start and shit. I shit you not. But I drove that car in every day, and so we used to like nerd out on JDM cars. And he had the Starion, and I was like, that thing is so fucking dope because of the box fenders and the way that it looked. That was just
flares.
like, that's so fucking cool. It was one of the coolest DSMs in my mind ever made.
But
And
theirs
they were-
wasn't a box fender one. There was like a first year one before.
There
they
was
got
without the flares.
Yeah,
How
that's
many?
what-
How many of those
That thing
exist?
was
So like
so
Starions, like
sick.
you
The
don't see
little
those things
jingle
on the road.
No,
Like,
you
Every
don't.
now and again, randomly, I'll see an FB on the road, right? Like I see a
Well,
first,
yeah, the
or
first years they didn't
for
have any.
1.5 gen, we'll call it RX-7. It's not the first gen, but
Or
it's
a
not
Chrysler
an FC,
Conquest.
Same car.
Yeah, it was a Chrysler.
That Chrysler Conquest.
Oh, as the Starion.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. But like, how often do you see those on the road? Right? They're
You don't,
super
because
rare.
they don't run.
They're-
But I don't think people scrapped them. I think they're in garages.
They were like the chassis is a really cool looking car.
Yeah,
Though. I feel like it was in a Jackie Chan movie at some point,
Probably.
because Jackie Chan's a huge DSM fan.
Yeah, he is.
So-
He loves his Evos.
Yeah, that dude's had a ton of Evos. I
Yo,
think he-
shout out Jackie Chan.
Well, Jackie
alright.
Chan is a race team.
Props
now,
to
so.
Chan.
All right,
Props
so-
to Chan.
So
props.
comment somewhere up there. Somebody said, I think it was Daniel, 4G63 in a different shell. So I've actually been talking to another sub. He's a very busy dude, does a lot of stuff. Has like a glass blowing company that's like really, really good.
Joey?
No, he's in like Tennessee somewhere. Don't quote me, that could be wrong on that. But he was showing me these like Saabs. I think they're called like Saab 96s. Can you find a picture of a Saab
Like
96?
a 90s
Diego?
Saab?
No, they're from like the 70s. Like the model is a 96. And people apparently put them on top of like Eclipses or Z3s. They put the body to do like a body swap. And they and he was like, "Do you really need to do one of these on top of like an Eclipse GSX?"
Boy, the GSX is like an all-wheel drive.
4G63.
Yeah.
Yo, Dennis had a Pulsar
Yo,
NX.
what?
I'm just
That-
gonna say, like, shout out
That's
to
like
you.
a
Yep, that's a Saab 96.
Wow.
What?
that's like a two-stroke car.
So that one's been like chopped and stuff. It's been body modded, but they're called like the Swedish hot rod. But like it's like one of those on top of like a fast ass, so stiff. Like originally, like they didn't need cages. Like you were talking
Wait,
about the
are you
fit.
talking about a fit?
But those. Yeah,
Look
You're
at
talking about a fit?
Look at the stock Saab badge with the airplane. That's fucking sick.
That's dope.
That is a nice badge.
but he's
Look
got
at
3
that.
of them. The guy owns 3 of them.
Wow.
He has 3 9.6s?
Yeah.
They
No,
look-
it's
they
a
look
96.
bulletproof
They're called
from factory.
96s.
Oh.
They just
We gotta go. Let's so I just want to throw back to like someone commented they had a Pulsar. Like, do you guys remember the Pulsars that had like the fucking wagon back
Yeah,
on them?
C30s.
There's one for
Yeah,
sale
dude.
right
Yeah,
now.
C30s.
Like I knew a
The
dude in
sport
high
back.
school that
Yeah,
had one of those. They
I
were
like
the weirdest
those.
looking
Yeah.
fucking
There's
cars.
one for
Like
sale
shout
right now
out
on
to
Facebook, and he's got all 3
shout out to
tops with it.
Dennis talking about his Pulsar NX. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like those cars were super.
It's a
fucking
200,
rad.
right? A 200 NX they were called.
I don't know. We should look up a picture of
the
the.
Pulsar NX, and they were available with like the.
Because the Pulsar
trunk
had
or
like
the-
it had a notchback
Notchback.
and it had like a
and
had
then,
like
and then
a
it had like a
full-on-
pickup truck one too. There was 3.
Oh really?
There's one on Facebook right now, and he's got all 3 tops for it.
Wow.
Well, like it's removable, like it's a fucking
You swap
Forerunner?
it. Yeah, you swap it. You
Pull
put
the
the other
fucking
one
top
on. It
off?
was an interchangeable system.
Wait, I gotta look this up now because
No,
this
no,
sounds ridiculous. I've seen the one with like the.
John thought you were passed out for a second.
So did Daniel. Hamish is ready for nap time. It's gonna be the big nap.
So I did see a comment about. Oh, it's
Wait,
still there.
there's a Nismo Pulsar? Oh wait, that's
gotta be
new.
new.
Okay, I'm like, wait.
So
that can't
Mark
be
III
real.
Supra. Okay. So I agree with you that the Mark IV Supra isn't very good looking. I will say though, I think it's better looking than the Mark III though.
I like the Mark III.
No, the Mark III is rad. Slava had a Mark III
It's
when
a
he
cool
moved the car.
car,
It was a
but
fucking rad.
I don't know.
car.
It's like it's too thin in the middle. It's like it needed more down low.
Well, you could just add a
You
valve.
could
and,
add it, but I'm like,
fix
but I'm
that.
saying like you gotta fix
From
it
the
though.
factory, sure.
But
The same can
unpopular
be said of
opinion.
an E46 though. An E46 was very thin.
What do you have wrong with this?
It's just like it's too thin here. Like
No,
it's
it's gorgeous.
That's a gorgeous car. I'm with you.
It's gorgeous.
Anyway,
It's great. It was a pile of shit though as a car.
back to
This
Mark
wasn't
IVs.
good.
That's a well
It just
I
wasn't a
think
good car.
SC300s look better than Supras.
Ooh, I'm with you on that. Cheers.
I would love to own
So,
like a badass.
I would
fully
rather
built
have a
SC
Mark III
S-
Supra than an SC300.
No, SC300s are like fetching some value now. So I was talking to Will about this recently, and I've been looking at SC300s because I wanted to build an SC300 drift car because you can get them with like a V8. You know, what is it?
SC400 then.
It's sorry, but yeah. You can get the SC300s with the inline 6
Yeah.
and the SC400s
Yeah,
with V8
with
with
the
the
V8.
what is it? The TU
1UZ.
the 1UZ, sorry. But the SC300s are like same chassis. Doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Swap it.
They're worth way more.
They're worth way more money. But looking into them, when I was looking into the States, because you can't find like the SC300s, they're like pretty rare here. SC400s, I was still finding them for like $5,000 to $7,000. Will
You
was
can find
like,
them for $1,000.
yeah, Will was like, dude, you
Yeah.
can get it for like $1,200.
Yeah.
And then a week after I talked to him, he sent me a Craigslist link and was like, here's one for $1,500.
Yeah. They're not expensive.
After I got my Fox
Yeah.
body, and I was like, ah, fuck.
They're
I already
not-
got another car.
they're
But
not
there isn't a
expensive.
manual option for the
I was
V8.
like,
It takes
they're
a ton
not
of money to convert
expensive.
it.
I was like, fuck it, I already have a
Yeah.
Fox body with a 5-speed and
So-
a 5.0.
So
and
Simon,
all
there
that
was
shit,
some
so.
factory manual SC300s. They're pretty rare, but they're really easy to swap because you can put an R154, a W58, or a V160, the 6-speed out of a Supra, or a V161 out of a JDM Supra. Why do I just know all those codes for JDM transmissions? Wow. Okay.
Yep. They just come.
But the W58 is the shittiest. The R154 is slightly stronger. The V160, the V161 is it's a badass trans.
Right.
But they're fucking expensive. That's like a $5,000 transmission.
So I got one. Fender mounted side mirrors.
Fucking sweet.
Yes.
So, but are they
The coolest shit ever.
Are they still JDM only?
No.
No.
So like it's okay to put them on say an E30.
Nope.
Ooh.
But a Z3 because it has a really long hood.
Yeah, I think it's car specific. I think it's chassis
What a
specific.
Z4.
Yeah.
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 Just one of those big.
I think
bonnet
Tinky
cars.
Winky should get Fender like its hood, but
Uh-huh.
I think it should get
Hood
hood
mounted.
mirrors.
Yeah.
I
that'd be
wanna.
sick.
I'm interested in what chat thinks about Fender mounted mirrors for any car.
Kyle, I've never seen a 265 brake ever personally. So no, I've never seen power brake one. I just sold one the other day with a complete manual swap for an E28 for $800 because nobody would buy it. So I gave that guy a deal.
He was thankful.
He was very thankful.
Is it time to end?
There's people still up there.
510 fender mirrors are dope. Yeah, I mean 510s are like the Japanese E30
I'm
in my mind. I love 510s. They're
No
fucking
one's
dope.
talking.
Celica Supra is fucking good
Celica
looking.
Supra is an amazing car. I love that car.
John at VI built one a few years ago with a 2J in it. and then they wide bodied it, but they used like the factory flares and just made them wider, and then they rebuilt the factory wheels and just made them have like more dish, so it just looked like a completely stock car, but like everything was just wider, and it made like 800 horsepower, and it was fucking amazing.
Dennis has never had a rear-wheel drive car. Oh, you're missing out, bud. It's okay.
No, you get the Taco Bell dinner trays, and you put them underneath your rear wheels. And then
I
you
mean, maybe
engage
he's
the
had
e-brake.
all-wheel drive cars, though. It's
That's
fine.
true, that's true.
I mean, whatever.
Any
It's all good.
Alpinas out there? We talking like for sale or what?
Hey, there's Alpina
Yeah.
wheels for sale on one of our other
Look at
videos.
BAT, bud.
right?
There
Choose
are Alpinas
into
on
it.
BAT all the time. They're just very expensive.
Alpina
been-
wheels, though. There's the guy trying to sell them.
I've been looking at B10s and
Dude,
B7s.
Leroy's talking about his S30.
Fender mirrors on the 240. Yeah, I mean that's
That's a
natural.
given.
That's
That's a
a
good-looking
given.
car.
Yeah, I mean that looks perfectly natural.
Do you have dual Webers on that thing, Leroy?
Spider-Man.
Or a triple.
Spider-Man carb.
They did have triples, didn't
They did have triples.
Zach, you should give up.
Did you
whenever
have a
want.
Jeff Winters built a motor?
No.
Probably not. I mean, 260 Wii does.
Who?
260 Wii's got a Jeff Winters. Jeff Winters actually just got inducted into the Colorado Motorsports Hall of Fame.
There was somebody with one of those.
Jeff
cars.
Winters is a fucking baller, dude. That dude builds, raced, and fucking like owned a million different Nissan cars. I exaggerate now so by saying a million, but Jeff Winters is an amazing driver, builder, and owner of multiple Nissan Z cars. Was like a very well-known driver of Nissan Z cars back in like the 70s and 80s, and just recently was inducted into the Colorado Motorsports Hall of Fame, and I think his induction actually happens this next weekend. I was invited to it. It's like a black tie event. I was like, yeah, I don't know if they want someone like me there. Like, I'd probably get too tore up and make a fucking,
That's probably
you know,
what they're
cause
all
a
that way,
ruckus. But yeah, Jeff Winters. If you don't know him, look him up. The dude is an amazing driver and builder of Nissan engines.
What's up, Tiffany? Glad you could join us. Good night, man. Leroy, that's a super early car. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Leroy knows.
Leroy knows.
It's sleepy time.
You gonna go to sleep?
I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right.
This is a good time.
Zach's
I
gonna go to
appreciate
sleep.
all of you. I'm heading out. It's hard body time. Alice, let's go.
These guys found couches back here.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Let her go.
She's like, I'm tired.
Let her
I'm like,
cry. Come on, don't go.
Yeah, good Karma knows what's up. He was the boss Z car guy for sure.
Bye.
see you guys.
Any old Toyota with fender mirrors is sexy. I show you guys pictures, but it's dark out. I don't want to take you guys, but there's a
Yo, I need my keys.
there's an old
Good catch.
is it a Corolla? I think it's a Corolla out there with a Beams engine in it. With
You don't ever have to leave, Alice.
Beams. So I'm interested in like people's perspective
Alice,
on
baby,
beams
good
engines.
girl. No, Alice. Bad girl.
So Noriaro
She knows
had a
where the
Beams
food is.
engine in his Corolla, and he was like sort of mixed on it. It seems like I have zero perspective on it. Like I've never had a Beams engine, but I've heard, you know, they're great. Where they're slightly better than what you can get out of like the stock motor in a Corolla, like.
86 stock motor.
Yeah, like I don't even know what motor came in that car. Like
Me either.
the 86s or 8085s. Like I'm so unfamiliar
like
with that.
EG or AE or it was something.
It's an AEG, I think.
Something
The
like that, yeah.
AEG 43 or something. The chat could probably correct me. I'm probably butchering that, but I think it was like an AEG. But the Beams is supposedly better because they can rev to like.
Dude's counting his beers.
Rev limit.
That is 8.
Yeah. Zach's not much of a listener. Hey fellas, I have a client who wants me to build a high compression 3.6 liter M30 for his E24. Debating on a custom crank that strokes it to 4 liter. It's 4K though. Is it worth it? I'll be totally honest with you. I am very interested in M30 strokers, but I have no experience nor no real knowledge about them, so I can't tell you one way or another. But I will say, 4 liters sounds cooler than 3.6 liters. That's about all I got. What's your best engine for an E30 swap ever?
M50 B28.
If we're on a budget, like money matters, he's right. M52 B28 is the best. If money doesn't matter, I think the S54 is the best swap.
Characteristic wise, yeah.
Characteristic wise, and you're just connecting all of the dots. You're putting like a straight six.
S54. But they're like unobtainium and they sound like shit.
They're not unobtainium, and you can make them.
And they're super finicky.
Well,
No,
but
not
they're
finicky.
also very
They
good
are.
in that car.
They're a more race
S54s are super finicky.
They're more.
It depends on your use case. Is it a daily driver or is it a track car?
You felt this one, huh?
No, I've thought about this a lot.
So I would say they require maintenance, but I don't think they're finicky. They always run well. They're easy to break if you don't maintain them.
And they're not as good of a daily driver though. S54s are not as good of a daily driver.
I think in an E30 it would be fine though because it's lightweight, so you're not waiting on that torque.
I just don't think it would be as good of a daily driver. If it's a track car, S54 all the way. Sure.
What do you think's better?
Get the
daily
race
driver?
bred engine. A daily driver would be. I think you're better off with an S52 or an S50 or an M52, something like that. They're more.
A money
they're
no
built-
option daily driver.
A what?
Money no option, or money no issue.
So why
Daily
pick
driver
Hams?
E30.
Like, for the money?
Is money no
I have
issue like I
zero
can keep
experience.
fixing
Drinking
it?
beer.
Or
Yeah, money no issue all the way in your ownership.
Then S54.
McLaren F1.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think that might be a bit too much power than the old E30 is good for.
No, I'm saying that. Oh, we're
No,
saying
you just
in an
buy the
E30.
car.
Yeah.
I was just saying drive a
And an
McLaren
E30.
F1.
Yeah.
You think it's the best daily? You sit in the middle,
I don't. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
but
It's the
you have to
best
get
car
over.
ever.
You have to get over the passenger seats to get in the
doesn't-
middle of your daily.
Not in the U.S. They only had one seat in the U.S.
Really?
There was no back seat.
No, it was just the middle. There was
Well,
two
now
on
I'm
the
thinking
side.
about getting an F1.
That's my next car.
yeah. You guys wait for it.
I
night,
honestly
Kyle.
think.
Good night, Kyle.
I honestly think for a daily though, you're better off with an
where's
S52
mine?
than an S54.
I had one somewhere in this area.
I think like an EcoTech engine out of a Chevy Cruze.
So
Leroy was your sister-in-law, all right? I hope she was. Oh, dude.
What's the EcoTech?
Tiffany came in. It's a 4AGE. We were both really close.
4AGE. I knew there was an AGE in it. I knew there was like an AG.
And I was like, it was like a 4. Yeah, like.
Thank you.
And I had
Thank
AE.
you.
We were there.
Thank you.
Idiota.
Dennis, if I had a BMW LS swap, they're cool. We had an LS swap D30. It was cool-ish. I don't know. Again, they're not that hard to keep cool compared to other engine swaps, but it just knocks the tires off them because they don't weigh anything, and then there's not a whole lot of power up top. They only make power down low, so it's I don't know. Kind of you lose all the torque that they're made for unless you want to go drifting. I'm talking shit now because Diego's sitting over there building an LS E30, but he's building it to spin the tires, so he's not building it to be a daily driver.
Are you gonna go drift that, Diego?
Yeah, maybe wad it up in a wall.
Nice.
Yeah, why not?
Fucking E30.
Yeah, just wreck another E30 chassis. Just drive the value even higher, please.
So
Then I can sell mine for even more money and then go buy a McLaren F1.
So Tiffany's talking about her friend Chris.
Get in your
who
one seat.
It's our friend too. It's Chris Wolf. He has a fairly ratty silver E46 wagon that has an S54 in it and runs amazing, but it's like the wagon's kind of shitty. So it's a pretty solid daily driver. He daily drives it. Yep. Garrett came in. Yep. Beams motors are the best 4-cylinder. We had a guy here, Maxwell. He had a E39, would come all the time, and he built an FC RX-7 with a Beams motor in it and kept it NA with ITBs and stuff. I think it made a little over 200 horsepower, and he drifted it and said it was a blast. So apparently he sells a swap kit for Beams into FCs if you guys are interested. Yep, she lived, but spent some time in the hospital. Good, glad she lived.
Go wreck some Honda Civics so the value of mine goes up. Yeah, I gotta say, like, one of my favorite chassis ever is an EG Honda Civic.
Good.
I grew up driving EGs. A buddy of mine had like a 350 horsepower EG, well built
Was that Eric?
chassis. Yeah, that thing wrecked house. Like, I would love to get another EG. Actually, EGs are going up in value right now. I've been surprised. I've been watching them, and like really shitty EGs are selling for like $5,000. Like, the paint's wrecked and they got rust, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, EGs and EKs in general are going up in value, and I was pretty surprised about that. But I mean, you know, when you can K-swap anything these days, right?
So, I'm going to use that as a transition. We're not going to shout out other people, but we're going to shout out other people. So, Tommy Effia, we talked about it. He's currently doing a giveaway on an original paint, I think 50,000 mile EG SI hatch.
Oh, fuck yeah. Those are the best eggs.
That has
dude.
been
Those are the best
swapped
eggs.
with a 26,000 mile B16 out of a EK coupe, whatever that is, whatever.
They're like the SIs
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's the
EK
SI motor.
that engine and like 5-lug swapped with like Integra Type R wheels and stuff. And he also just recently bought an EK9, which is the Civic Type R.
Yeah.
And took them both to Lime Rock on the autocross track. And the EG was faster, even without an LSD, around the track with the same tires than the EK9. The Civic Type
so
R.
lightweight. They're like go-karts, man.
The Civic Type R doesn't weigh anymore.
The new Civic Type
But,
R?
but
No,
EGs,
EK9.
there's something about EGs, like the way that chassis handles,
They
they're
let-
just so
he
good.
let Rudnick drive it, and like the EG was like way easier to drive. The EK was like a razor's knife. It was like either you were spinning and understeering, or you were like going too slow. But the EG was just like, they say you just like went and just turned, and it just turned.
They're
it just
such
had unlimited
good chassis,
grip. Yeah.
dude. EGs, and for anyone on the chat, if you can find a cheap EG chassis, doesn't matter. Like the hatchback is what I grew up driving. They're amazing. I don't know if the actual sedans are different, but if you can find them cheap, buy it now. They will be worth money in a few years for sure, because those chassis are absolutely amazing.
And
They
they've
are
all been
absolutely
destroyed
amazing.
at this point.
They have. There's a lot of them that have been like absolutely wrecked.
And they don't
But if you can
exist.
find a cheap one and then you can K-swap them, like, you've got unlimited power at that point with a K-swap, right? Like,
Yep. Literally unlimited.
literally unlimited power with a K-swap in a very capable chassis. So,
Emmanuel, so what crank is the 3.1 crank in an M20? I'm just curious what that is. Is that like a custom crank, or is that like a S52 crank? I'm just curious. Gary, you might be right. I don't think about it. I think it's like an 85 or something. It's a 4-door Corolla. Go wreck some Honda Civics so the value of mine goes up. So, my first car was a 1994 Honda Accord EX 5-speed, and I wrecked it and bought another Honda Accord 1994 EX 5-speed, and so I like Hondas, and I would
bro
love
had 2 Accord 5-speed. That's dope.
EXs.
That's dope.
And the
That's
second one had
dope.
leather, a 4-cylinder manual with leather.
That's
that shit
a
was
strong
rare.
flex.
I bought both
That's
of
the hat
them
of
with
somebody who
under
wears-
80,000
that's
miles.
That is
Yeah.
a strong flex.
I always wanted to H22 swap them, but I never did. Yeah, Tiffany, you're probably right. And, like, you make torque down low. Like, you got to wrap the shit out of an S54 to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Ah, so the beams is like the ultimate version of the 4AGE is what Garrett's saying. They were like the same engine, it's just the updated version.
Yeah, I mean, Noriaro has a beams in his A85, 86, I don't know. It's like a shitty fucking drift missile that he's been driving lately.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I have an EK, I need another EG. Del Sol or CRX. Jeff House. I-88 CRX. I have. Sorry.
So this is a really funny story. When I was a young kid, my dad dated this girl after he got divorced or whatever. Like, But there was a woman in the neighborhood that drove a CRX, and back in the day, this is like a brand new car.
First gen or second gen?
It was the first gen CRX, right?
Square sealed beam headlights.
Yeah, it was a square, right? And every time we like rolled through the neighborhood, my older brother for some reason would always sing the song. He'd go, "Fat chick in a CRX," because she was like this big woman. And so like, I mean no offense, but like, you know, you gotta understand this is back in the '80s, so yeah. Shit was like offensive then is not offensive now. It was completely different.
The opposite.
It was 180 of what is offensive now. And so every time he sang that song, I would like laugh my ass off. And I always had this assumption of like CRX is being married to like a fat woman because of that song that my older brother sang when I was like very young and impressionable, right? And it wasn't until I was in like high school, like many years later,
you're like, these are dope cars,
that I understood like CRXs are fucking amazing. Like they're so capable, especially as drag racers, because they're like so lightweight and small, and the short wheelbase actually allowed it to like transfer weight like very well. It's actually what made the EG such a good car because of the short wheelbase. It was really good as a drag car. You put fat fucking tires on the front end of that thing, and they could run like 8s, 9s all days, right? You know, and with minimal mods, it was kind of crazy like how good they were. But just seeing the CRX, like I have an '88 CRX, is like, oh yeah,
dude, that's who I raced at duct tape drags.
Yeah, and they're fast cars. It doesn't take much to make a CRX.
15 on like a stock one.
Yeah. In a stock CRX, and that's Fox body Mustang fast, right? 5-liter V8 fucking fast in a 1.4 liter or 1.6 liter
no
single overhead cam, right?
Yeah, D series.
Yeah, like you can fucking run in those things.
All right, Jeff. Okay, you just built one for our endurance car S52. Okay, so did you bore it? Because I'm gonna be honest with you here. I know a thing or two about BMW engines. And if you were running stock bore, that would be just under 3 liters, like 2.94 liters. Or 2.994 liters, sorry. So, how do you get it to 3.1? Or am I wrong and M20s are 85 mil bore? So, either way. I'm currently building an M50 with that crank that's 85 mil bore.
It says 86 millimeter a few comments down.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh.
Plus 2 millimeter overboard at 8.86.
Ah, cool. Okay. So I just got to read.
Simply become literate.
Yep. I got to read ahead. Your first car was a 73 Nova SS? That's pretty cool. It didn't make any power, but it looked like it did, because it looked pretty much just like a 70 or 71.
Alright, I'm out of here.
You out of here?
Goodbye, Joel.
This probably isn't going to go a lot long, because I just realized like I could go for a lot longer, but Diego's hanging out. This is all his shit. I don't want to make him stay forever. Tiffany said, saved up money riding through high school and bought an E38 for my first car, Oxford Green. Dude, that's a sick first car. An E38?
I'll say, Tiffany, that was my first car too. And I worked through high school just to keep it all alive. And here we are. So,
good to see you, bro.
Same.
Have a good night.
Oh, of course. Who's up for another round?
Yeah, I'll take one more. All right, guys.
Hanging out.
So I'm saying 10:25 our time. So we got 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna close this down. So if you guys got more stuff to say, or if you want me to take another shot, let me know now.
I'm good.
But we're gonna cut this down. No comments.
Everybody's like, we're drunk and tired and want to go to bed.
Everybody's like, cool, peace.
But they are delayed.
This is true.
They're
So-
delayed, yeah.
So I guess we should give them a couple more minutes after that.
Seconds.
No, it's like they still haven't seen it yet.
Well, I mean, Joel's handing out beers, so you're already saying goodbye.
Oh, it did kind of catch up a little. It's
Yeah.
weird how it lags, but then it changes the amount of lag.
Yeah. Take the shot.
Take the shot.
We'll do a good night shot. $700.98 Bonneville.
Was it a V6? Chris, was it a V6? Because Bonneville V6s were the shit. I think maybe they were all V6s, so never mind.
I'm gonna get on Tiffany.
Your what? Get
You're gonna
on
get
her.
on, Tiffany?
No.
I don't think she swings
Whoa,
the
buddy.
way-
Whoa, buddy.
I don't think she swings your way, but
No,
good
I'm.
luck.
So, when I got that car, it was like all of the front suspension stuff, which seems to just be the thing on E38s. But it also it would turn off at like stoplights and occasionally lose like a gallon of coolant per mile, and like just little things. But I'll say for the first car, the first time I ever floored it, I was maybe 16 and I knew nothing about cars. And after flooring it, I was like, cool. I guess I'm a car guy now. So
Gotta
E38s
say,
are good.
Gotta say thanks to Chris, GG. It was fun, man. This is good stuff.
Was that good game? Is
Yeah,
that
good
right?
game.
GG,
Good
good
game.
game.
Yeah,
Good
GG.
game.
It's a good game.
Good game,
thanks,
man.
thanks to Chris.
Dude, it was
First
solid killing
podcast
people
was
with
fun.
It was a tie.
John, all the boys, everyone in here.
Just reading the last comment.
Yeah, fucking Chris.
Oh, wait. Tomorrow's Friday.
It was a good
Pin,
time. Thanks for everyone
okay,
for
so-
hanging out, man. This was super fun.
Pin 50555.
Sure.
Hit me up on Instagram,
I'm out
DBO
of
Chris.
town this
That's the
weekend,
easiest
but
way to
I'll
get a
be
hold of me,
back Sunday
and
night.
just tell me what you need. I'll give you a price. We'll see what we got.
Chris, that's a really smart way to slow down your car when the brakes fail.
Slamming the wall?
No, he's got his friend to drive out in front of him and then slow him down with their car.
Yeah. That works.
Leroy,
No.
you guys should
No, just end
entertain.
it.
You had a 56 Crown Vic.
Just
That's
slowly.
a sick ass car,
Say
dude.
goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a base model Fairlane, right? Pretty much is what a Crown Vic was. I could be wrong. Or was it a 4-door Fairlane?
How do we wrap this up, fellas?
I think we're there. Mostly 34. Dude, I got more 34 parts than I knew what to do with. Just hit me up on Instagram.
No
But
touring parts. Touring parts are taken.
I have touring parts as well.
Touring parts are taken.
Hamish hasn't paid for shit yet. I have touring parts as
You
well.
haven't given me a price yet.
You haven't told me what you need yet.
I'm waiting. The whole interior. You've
Oh,
seen
this
what I
man,
need.
this man's driving a bidding
seen
war
what
right
I
now
need.
between his boy
Yeah.
and the
We have
internet.
two full interiors. You're
The
good.
whole fight.
It's
The
boy,
white car's sold though.
next
One
the
of them.
boy versus the
We
internet.
have the James car and the Calypso wagon.
And let's get you shown. What's James' car? A Calypso wagon. Oh, you are selling the interior of the Calypso wagon. Never mind. There's interiors to go around.
Alright. Well, how do we wrap this up? When are we doing this again?
Next Thursday.
Next
Thursday.
Yep.
We have a guest.
We'll see if we can set something up.
I
This
was the
this-
guest tonight, and I'm a shitty guest, so
I don't know,
I'm not going to come back.
No,
next
we need like a
Thursday.
production schedule and
You're
like
welcome.
segments planned and everything.
I feel like
that.
we went a little long as well. I'm glad we did. It was a blast, but I feel like maybe 2.5 hours, 9:30 would be a good cutoff. But yeah, I think we're
Fucking
gonna.
hours,
I think we're gonna try and do like 4 of these on YouTube before they move over to the Patreon. But I think I've decided too that even afterwards, and when they go Patreon, we'll still post these like a couple days later, so that you guys that can't afford to be a patron, which is fine if you can't support us. It's like I still support you. Just watch our videos. You guys can just watch it after the fact. You just can't comment like to us live. So that'd be the only thing. But anyway, yeah, we'll do another one. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow in a video, but I'll see you next week live if you guys want to come back.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Thanks, guys. This has been really fun.
Jeff, I
Yeah.
can't answer any more questions.
Cheers.
Save them for next week. You guys have a good one. I'm gonna take one more shot. And I'm not driving
Cheers.
anything tonight because I'm
Cheers, Diego.
learning
Come
to
here.
not be an idiot.
Get in this.
Right here.
Cheers.
Get to that.
All the last standers. Cheers, bros. It was great. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Tiffany. 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's us. Tuesdays.
Thursdays.
Diego, take it out.